shit about knives. We sit and we spin and we vibe in the chat. We listen to Juvon just trying to describe where he's at. It is a good time, but who is this fool who talks about knives and EDC tools? Insomniac, sit and spin, a weekly live stream. You're in the right place if you know what I mean. Insomniac, sit and spin, a weekly live stream. You're in the right place if you know what I mean. Insomniac, sit and spin, about to be live, hanging with each other, talking shit about knives. We sit and we spin and we vibe in the chat. We listen to Juvon just trying to describe where he's at. It is a good time, but who is this fool who talks about knives and EDC tools? Insomniac, Somniac, 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 sit and spin, a weekly live stream. You're in the right place if you know what I mean. The Insomniac sitting spins now in the air for all the night freaks who can't sleep. I'm the Insomniac, Juvon, and today we're gonna take a look at some of my flicks. So getting where you fit in, sit down, shut up and listen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to flick it. Welcome to the Insomniac sit and spin. The Insomniac sit and spin. Welcome to the Insomniac sit and spin. Insomniac, sit and spin. The Insomniac sit and spins now in the air for all the night freaks who can't sleep. I'm the Insomniac, Juvon, and today we're gonna take a look at some of my flicks. So getting where you fit in, sit down, shut up and listen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to flick it. Welcome to the Insomniac sit and spin. Welcome to the Insomniac sit and spin. Welcome to the My channel may be few knives, but I have the most fun on the lines. Settle in and grab a snack. Juvon and his vibe will arrive to attack. Talking blades and casting shade. There may be some friendly debate, but please no hate. Wow! Play. Late night patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Insomniac, sit and spin is about to start. So come on in and do your part. Juvon's Night Flicks is the channel you seek for new knife reviews and a show every week. Fight. Insomniac, night, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Grab a snack, sit right back and never be alone. It's time for Insomniac, sit and spin. A knife live stream and a gathering of friends. Insomniac Sit and Spin is about to start, so come on in and do your part. Juwan's Netflix is the channel you seek for new knife reviews and a show every week.
I went out because we only had a little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna wanna make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke 'em, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes. And if you find him, you should light him up with you. He's getting high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juwan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong?
Yard is taking a huge, huge shit on me. I apologize for that. Anywho's, I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. I can't see any of my stuff. I can see the chat though. And that is all that matters. Be Shady channel members in the house. Marco is in the house. What is up? Brando's Blazing Gear is in the house. What is up, brother? You guys are here early. I figured I'd jump in early. Paul Mills, the man, the myth, the legend himself, is in the house, channel member and good brother of mine. Good to see you, my friend. We got Cheeto of the Corn. Rip Javon's door. Amen, brother. My battery's strong, but my door sucks. Actually, 2 doors. Good to see you, brother. Cliff Brat, what is up, my man? What is up? Cliff Brat, not Brat. Brat. I need to watch how I pronounce these names. I know somebody's going to get in here and get me. I hope everybody's having a fantastic early start to your week. I know it's just Tuesday, so we're early on into it, but it's been eventful for me. Things are moving along. Things are kind of rock and rolling here in North Alabama. And it appears that I'm going to start at least part-time doing some work. What is up, Ed? Which is a good thing. Got some cool tools and knives to show you guys. Some interesting kind of weird stuff. This falls under that interesting kind of weird stuff. This is a Cometa or Cometa. It is a modern titanium transformer-like in terms of the scale configurations, how easy it is to swap the scales. VG10, kind of interesting knife. Very interesting, to say the least. This is from a company called Peachy that also makes a very cool tool that I found very, very... What's up, Brown Sugar? What's up, Richard Hopkins? I found this tool very, very helpful. And I'll try to demonstrate it on some skateboard trucks here in a second. But it's basically got a bolt wiggler or remover or tightener. And it's got a little pry bar. It's got a little saw, a little scalpel blade. So that little knife right there is a scalpel blade. And then it's got a bit driver. So it's a pretty cool little knife or a little tool, multi-tool. Comes with a leather pocket dropper sheath, which I can get behind. And then just a couple of Halloweeny kind of things going on. Got some more wicked wax in to use on my blades, and got some cool stuff that I didn't know wicked wax was doing. I haven't tried it yet. Maybe we'll try it during the live if I can do it without setting the house on fire. Um, I got some wicked wax candles and some wicked wax little melty cubes. The little melty cubes will probably be in get thrown in a member giveaway. Because I don't have a little melty pot to melt the little melty wax cubes in, but the candle I can definitely burn. And I'm a fan of wicked wax. I use it on my Carta. I use it on my blades, along with other stuff. Everybody, that is a great idea. And I would even reach out. I'm sure EMP EDC John Russick knows that. But there's a company, now that we brought it up, I don't want to promote them, but there's a company on there that makes the Relative, makes a clone of the Nimble, makes a clone of the Nimble XT. Really just kind of cloning it all up out there, or copying it all up. I guess it was not called a Nimble, except I think Amazon does call it the Nimble. With them being a US company, I would think that if EMP EDC filed a please remove your shit that's counterfeit off the site, that Amazon would reach out to try to do that. However, it could pop back up if they were a persistent seller. Ed has posted a link. Let me see if I can find it. Go over here to where I can actually click on a link. Yeah. That is pretty much identical. And I'll tell y'all, this is a button lock, a little bit of a difference there. But I'll tell you that there is a Rough Rider Reserve that Smoky Mountain Knife Works sells. But that is an absolute relative with the button lock. Watch this. EMP EDC Nimble. I think it's a Johann. We've got to scroll for a little while. Well, that one pulled up. The one we just looked at. Now, keep in mind, a bunch of pull ups that look nothing like it. But once I find the name of it, and it's not this one here that's just popped up. It is. Let's see. I think I found it under. Yay, brother. Hold on. Yay, brother. Titanium EDC knife. Let's see what we got here. We won't look long. The effing grow. The effing grow that caused me so much grief. I tried to review that and send it back. That is shitty. It's got major lock stick, fatal flaw, fatal flaw. Do not buy the Raven titanium pocket knife. It has got lock stick. That, well, maybe they fixed it. It says I purchased another variation. Sent it back. One of the only knives from Amazon I sent back. It is somewhere on the channel. What's up, Rody? What's up, everybody that's here that I haven't seen come in? I'm looking for I shouldn't be, but I'm looking for a counterfeit knife. Not counterfeit, a copy. Or an untoward, unscrupulous variation. We're not gonna look long. I'm gonna super scroll. Super scroll. Y'all recognize that? That is a copy of the this is yuck. I'm feeling dirty. All right, I want to go real quick because they do have those on here, or they used to. And like we see, they've got a relative they're selling. Y'all go leave it a nasty. I'm gonna post the link. What's been amazing to me, because I look at these knives and watch them, the prices of some of these unnamed brands that have gone up like in the 200s. I know we contribute to that by buying them, but that's the one that looks pretty much like a relative. Whoops. I didn't scroll down far enough. Now it's got a flipper instead of a front flipper. But you can't deny that it's a liberal copy, to say the least. But anyway, they're out there. And the best thing we can do is just in our little group that, try not to support clones. That's all I can say. I mean, I bought the Effing Grow EF225. It led me down the road that I've said ad nauseum, probably because of the guilt of me ever buying it in the first place. I try to justify it. What's up, Mad Yako? But yeah, it's bad out there. I mean, $39. I know when Grateful Panic was here, he got a Nimble liner lock clone off of Amazon. He's a cloney kind of guy, but he wanted to see the how it stacked up, and we kind of came to the same conclusion. Neil McKenzie, what's up? Channel member. Robert Jones, channel member, what's up? That it's made in the same factory was the conclusion that we came up with. And it's just unfortunate, but it's going to happen, right? If there's a market for it, it will sell. Which brings us back to this knife. This is the not EMP. This is the Mr. Designs as I fail it. Titan. Guys, I have all but signed the dotted line on putting a successful trade together for this knife. I like it that much. It is a knife that I know is a bunch of some debate came up over it. Talking about it and its value versus what they're selling it for. And the more I've carried it, you really just got to experience it. They just got back from Blade Show West, won an award for it. They got a Tonto that really looks good. I like the Tanto or Tonto, however you pronounce that. But I think the drop point to me looks very Reevesy, very sleek. It's very slicey. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is in the form of knives for this knife right here because I believe in it that much. I'm a big fan. I like it. I think it's very expensive. For what it is, I think it's very expensive, but I've got other knives that don't have the same engineering and research development type of stuff that cost me just as much. Like this Field Duty folder from Leon Ma that I love to death. A great little knife. So there's that. Geek Machinist, what is up? Channel member, welcome. Happy Tuesday night. As we sit here and we spin, we talk about knives. We talk about what's been on y'all's minds, how y'all's lives are going. Talk about this Kaiser Dodo in rich light with a middle finger flicker or a regular flipper tab. It is an interesting knife that I'm not sure if I know outside of cutting mushrooms off of cow turds what I would use this knife for. It's got a very nice shaped blade. I guess it's some type of defensive blade. I would use it more as just a good cutter that I'm not going to lose, right? It's not going to fall off my hand. Liner lock. I think it's it's Nitro V. I wasn't sure what this one was. Kaiser's thrown some interesting steels into the mix, some of their premium stuff. I did a video that's coming out tomorrow on the Kaiser Original 2. Really a nice knife. This is the Bladesmith series one that's titanium and S45 and a hollow ground Tonto blade. Really nice. Comes in about $1.50. Then they sent this aluminum one with a 14C28N handle or blade, hollow ground. This one just happens to be a drop point. They also make this in a very nice sheep's foot, so 3 blade shapes. All of them shaped the same. Very nice knife there for probably about $80. And then they've got this Amazon exclusive that's a G10 flat ground drop point D2. Every bit is ergonomical, has exactly the same jimping and the choil, just doesn't have a hollow ground, has a D2 blade and G10 as opposed to aluminum and 14C, and it comes in right under that 50 bones price point. So they've not only revamped from a knife that was a button lock to a really snappy clutch lock, which is their version of the bar style lock, but they use a compressed S spring or Omega spring by making those 5 holes in the liner so that you can put extra tension on it. And then the blades are done very well. So I'm a big fan of this knife. There's a video coming out tomorrow that shows kind of a close up of these knives. And that is the Kaiser Original 2. One that I haven't done yet, but I was able to show it in an unboxing, is this little guy right here. I'm not even sure of the name of this little guy right here. Whoops, I just failed it. It is a very unique top flipper with the disc. It's got a flipper disc. I shouldn't have failed it. Very snappy. I failed it again, or I'm missing the disc because I'm trying to watch it on the camera. I cannot reverse flick this knife for some reason. Not very well. But it's a very nice gentleman's drop point in S45. It's got a nice, I would call it kind of an office knife. It's Damascus and black titanium all the way around. The blade sits all the way in the handle. It's not a deep carry, but it is a little bling sticking out of your pocket because that is Damascus. Nice drop point, super slicey flat ground blade. Hey, Autumn Wind, what is up? And everybody else I've missed. But that's a cool little knife that I'm looking forward to reviewing in the next couple of days. I've just started carrying it a little bit. I know how I feel about it. My first impressions are I like it because it's different. Would I buy it? It's not my exact cup of tea in terms of knives that I like, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate it, what it is, what it's made out of, how well it's put together. And then probably the biggest surprise for me of my October Kaisers have been these trestles. These trestles, these little slip joints, are done so well with the jimping right here on this front ricassa, so that it's not going to close and cut your finger. It is an internalized spring, so the back part does not move when the knife opens and closes. They've got it in several different trim levels, so you can get it from 60 bones to 90 bones, all the way up to 150 bones with S45, fat carbon fiber, and a slip. All of them, though, are ground the same. They feel the same and they work the same. You can get this knife in the Vanguard series with micarta inlay with a 14C blade, I believe, without that stainless Damascus, which I really like. The stainless Damascus seems to work very, very well. This one and the Halloween series do not come with the slip. However, you can pick up slips at Etsy or from one of our slip making buddies like Lancelot Leather or 1931 Leather Works, or you can just carry it naked in your pocket like I so often do. Because to be honest with you, if it's not a really nicer slip joint that I'm trying to protect, I typically don't drop keys in my pocket with my knives. So it's not going to get super banged up, and it's going to be more likely to be used if I don't have to take it out of a slip and out of my pocket. That's why I have, unfortunately, I'm not playing the rip rest in peace horn yet, but I've not been carrying a slip joint in my left pocket as much because I carry a fixed blade in my back pocket. And I carry a primary folder. And in my right pocket, I'm trying out this Aswell wallet, which so far I'm liking. I keep about 5 cards in it. Richard saw it. It is a little thick, a little bit heavy, but you can stick some bills in there, stick a few cards in there. I just drop it in my right pocket and it falls down. I don't think it scratches because it's carbon fiber. I don't think it scratches my my knife, my slip joint if I ever carry one, but I haven't really been carrying one, so that hasn't been that much of a problem. I've also got to review this thing, which is the Orthodox 2, I think it's called, from CJRB. Kind of an interesting blade. Looks like a straight razor. I would not use it on my face. However, for cutting, breaking down cardboard, it is a winner. I've been spending some time. I probably won't do a review on it because I did a review on one of the base models. This one's Nitro V, the Kaiser Mini Bulldog. I really like this design. I think it's a great knife. They have it on Kaiser's site and on Amazon in a bunch of different configurations. I just think it is a great shape, a great size. I mean, it fits my hand very well. I know they make a bigger one, but this one is just about right for me. A great little knife, or just all around EDC knife. I think it's a winner. I like it. It's the second one I've tried. Both of them had been kind of base models. One was D2. This one is Nitro V, but it's one of the trick or treat ones. So it's kind of whimsical. Got the jack-o'-lantern on it, you know, kind of doing its Halloween thing. And I've really been impressed with this knife. This is a Concept Model 6 that was on sale on Amazon's page on the 7th and 8th for under 50 bones. I think it's probably close to that now, but it's 14C, G10, liner lock. I love the grind on this Model 6. It reminds me of a Kinnison, where the front is taller and then it thins up when it gets back a little bit to the back. Makes for a very slicey knife. But I'm a fan of it. I've been hanging out with it. What's up, baptism? Baptism. Not baptism. Mrs. Very Good Knife Company's in the house. I saw somebody said hey to her. What is up, young lady? Good to see you. Guys, we've not been over there tonight. Let's go see what's going on at Very Good Knife Company. See what they've got dropping out. Some of my favorite EDC fixed blades. My buddy A to Z hooked me up on some to review. And then my brother Richard Hopkins, when he came through, he had a Wasp, I believe it was. So I need to turn it into a playlist. I've got a pretty good little library of Very Good Knife Company reviews. And they've got some new ones like the Heritage here that I'm not that familiar with because I think that's a newer model. I love that grip tech. I love that little trailing point type blade. Kind of a hunting knife, right? It's got some good belly. Maybe good for skinning a deer, small game in it. But if you look at the cleanliness of that plunge grind, of everything about Jacob's knives, they are so nice. The Tradition Junior is one that is an absolute favorite of mine. It's got a sick grind where you've got this kind of full hollow starting here at the front and then it trails back. Feels really slick in the hand, slicey, gets very thin behind the edge, and yet it just carries very, very well. And guys, $215 for a USA made knife, like hard to handle. Always check out the sale page because you got some of these in stock now, like this Adventure Junior. It's got the Grip X, which I've got it on this knife I'm carrying in my back pocket on this carry development. It's not full scales. I'd love to feel it on a full scale like that because it's such a soft, organic feeling material. But this is a beautiful little knife, 3.5-inch blade, 7.2 inches overall. Jacob sheaths are next level. I think anybody in the chat and everybody in the chat who owns one of his knives is probably sharing their love of his knives because he does make great stuff. A to Z EDC, who I was talking to earlier, they've got a Tradition Junior, guys, in fat carbon, kind of a topo carbon fiber for $275, DLC coated. Looks gorgeous. I'll drop that in the chat. But A to Z EDC, my buddy has a bunch. I'm actually going with him tomorrow to Knives and More. He's trying to trade for a pretty sick Shiro that's down there. And what's unique about A to Z EDC is he's got some really sick trade bait. What is up, said Stevie? He's got a couple of Shiros that to him are kind of like, I've never really been into Shiros, but they're like other Shiros he's got. They're just limited editions. So we'll see how that goes for him tomorrow because one of the ones he's looking at is different. I hope he gets it if he's stoked about it. He did pick up that weird Spyderco I did a review on that was made in 2016 or 2017, 18, and 19, or 16, 17, and 18. 3 years it was made. It's called the Rubicon 2. It was a very interesting Spyderco. Sick grind. Peter Carey design. We've actually got a couple of, he's got 3 of them. I've got one, Monterey Bay Knife Company, Peter Carey collaboration called the Turbo. That Spyderco is a titanium liner lock made in Taichung, Taiwan. Very, very nice. Beautiful grind. And this thing was like new. It's sick. Geek Machinist, amen to that, brother. I live with it every day, and some days I'll paddle backwards, some days I'll just paddle in circles, and some days I get things done. A lot of it kind of falls on my shoulders and how I manage it or don't manage it. A lot of times it's within my grasp. A lot of times it's not. I'm hoping this new temporary gig I'm going to do gives me a little structure, because when I'm trying to do it on my own, i.e., make videos, because that's all I've been doing since I haven't been working. Um, I get in these creative ruts that are pretty deep when all you got to do is show a knife. It's just if you're not passionate about it or don't have any desire to do it, it just sucks a lot of the joy out of it. So, um, hoping I get some good balance with this potential gig that may or may not be coming up. We'll see. I should get many finger cuts. Minty, mini, mini. But ADHD is a bitch. I was self medicating. I learned about it when I was in marriage counseling, which helped me tremendously learn that I had no business being married and that divorce was the best thing for me. Um, it was well worth it. And I also learned that I had ADHD and I have had it all my life. And that was part of my I guess justification for originally starting to self medicate, was because it helped me, I guess, exist in my skin, navigate the rocks, as it were. Um, but anyway, part of my treatment, I was in early sobriety that turned into kind of a longer California sobriety. Um, but I did get tested and treated for ADHD. And it's made a huge difference. But I'll tell you, when your situation changes, because I worked in the same corporate office network in the state of Alabama for 11, 12 years in two different positions, but they were in the same digital department. So I worked with the same people and I had a very laid out schedule. Like I traveled on certain days. I knew when I was traveling and I could do it, right? I could make it happen. Um, when I'm left to my own devices, i.e., self planning, it was tough. You know, like I think I've told you guys, kind of partially joking, but not really. Dude, Stevie, I think you'll find it's a very easy installation. What I always fall back on, I don't have one of OCD Justin's, but I've got one of these Benchmade pivot tool dealies. And I think this tool or Justin's tool has actually all four pivot sizes. This does have the Deca size, makes all the difference in the world in getting that opposing pivot side scale on. It's just so easy when you don't have to take it off. My video was like 8 minutes, where if I'd have popped that pivot out and couldn't get it back through, dropped my blade or my washers, it would have taken me 20 minutes. So I say, yay for OCD for making these, Justin for making these in G10 or however he makes them 3D printed, and yay for Pops, whoever makes this on Etsy. It is my most valued Benchmade tool. They don't, Geek Machinist. And what's interesting, sweet Stevie, that'll help you big time. A Q-tip's a hell of a pivot tool, you know, if you have to use it. The trick is getting the pivot for me back in on that engineered pivot tool is so slick when it works. I feel kind of like a spaceman. But for me, it was tough starting out learning I had ADHD, because it gave me kind of a knowledge to what was going on in my head. But I was going through a divorce and going through sobriety, so early sobriety. So that was kind of a big life change. I was working, which was good because I just threw myself into my work and into AA meetings. So it gave me a lot to do. So I developed a routine to where I do that. You know, 3 nights a week, I'd go to my meetings. I'd work 5 days a week, usually on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, almost up until my 8 o'clock meeting. So I'd stay at the office late. I gave them way too much time. That's a whole nother story. I don't recommend doing that for any of you who are givers at work in terms of time. You don't get your time back. But yeah, it's just, and then when you have a life change, like you don't have that structure in that job anymore, and you're left to kind of figure out ways to do it other ways, it kind of throws, to me at least, it was like taking a bunch of puzzle pieces and just throwing them in a box and shaking it up. And I didn't want to fuck with the puzzle pieces, right? So I could have gotten in there and started rearranging the puzzle, but I didn't want to really fuck with them. I wanted to kind of go with what I knew and throw myself into it. And that led to me not even being able to really do that, because so much your identity, or at least mine, was tied into what I was doing. which is ridiculous because all I was doing was digital ad shit. I mean, that's silly. That's not where your identity comes from. But we don't know this until hindsight, till we learn, till we age. Speaking of aging, I'm keeping an eye out for Puck. Richard knows he if I get him in before dark, he's a reluctant stayer inner. Now that I've got a water bottle that I can spray him with. If he gets out, goes out, I think he's a night runner, man. He'll come back. He's got to go for a little, I guess, modification of his manlies, but he'll come back. It's like a little furry Shane showing up on my steps at 5:30 in the morning. He's got glitter on him. He smells like cigarettes and cheap whiskey. It's just bad. It's just bad. I feel for him. He looks kind of shamed when he comes in. It's rough, man. Like a little furry Shane. That is Miss VG. Miss VG Knife Company. It is Taz. Not Taz. Taz, rest in peace, was an old kitty. It's this kitty here. And it's feral, or it was feral till it decided to start coming in the house. And the most terrifying times, it's not a like lap cat, but I will fall asleep on the couch sometimes and he'll sleep on this chair over beside me. And I will just wake up and the little bastard is, here's a picture. Let's see if I can download it real quick and open it and share it. Let's see if this will let me share. This is a Puck. The reason he's called Puck is he used to come by and eat a puck of food, which he doesn't do anymore because he's kind of got his choice. But that is, I'll be sitting there asleep and I'll wake up and he'll be there and he bites. He still claws. He's sweet. He's little. He's young, but he's got big feet. But that is Puck, not to be confused with Tippy, who has been around for like 11 years and is very gangster. Hey, Sierra Rick, what is up? And cares nothing of Puck. Cats are awesome. I'm weird that way. I've always had dogs to balance out my cats because I grew up with 2 women in the family, a daughter who's now a woman and an ex, and a cat, 2 dogs. Then we had 2 cats and 3 dogs. It was always kind of a menagerie of animals. And then Cliff, I was too, and people will tell you this, that it might not be true for you. It's definitely not worth it, but you get used to it. Your body develops natural. It might not in your case, but in mine, I developed natural where I got used to it. I guess I built up defenses to it. But mine are inside outside cats. Tippy is a gangster. She's been around for like 12 years. She's black and white tuxedo. She gives 0 fucks about Puck. Puck will be asleep, just minding his business, and Tippy will walk by and stop and just soft paw like as hard as she can, but she doesn't have her claws out. Just whack him on his head, whack, 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 and then just keep walking. And Puck will sit up like, what the F just happened? Just to let him know, and then they sleep in the same room. I'm kind of keeping an eye out for him, but I don't think we'll see Puck before the sun comes up. Oh, I bet. I mean, that's a full-time job of work there. Yeah, baptism. It's the cat allergies are the worst. I remember my ex sister-in-law and brother-in-law had 2 or 3 cats, long-haired cats, and we went to their wedding and stayed at their condo. And I can remember like touching them and then touching my face, and my face got all broken out and my eyes were all red and it was just horrible. And I couldn't get it to go away. And when I'd come back to go to bed, like 2 or 3 in the morning, my nose would clog up. I didn't have time to get used to them. And they were, different. Cats are awesome. And dogs rock too. I mean, and cats and dogs, if they grow up together, because Tippy, my gangster cat, who's 12, was raised by a German Shepherd named Ashley rest in peace, is at Rainbow Bridge. Um, from when she was 6 weeks old, she was a feral, so she was kept in our laundry room. I had a couple of small dogs, a Yorkie and a Pomachie, and then we had another cat named Taz, who was a bobcat, and didn't want the little cat in there mingling with them, so he left it for a couple of weeks just to get its bearings in the laundry room. And Ashley, the German Shepherd, quit sleeping with us and started sleeping in the kitchen right adjacent to the laundry room. And there was a little gap under the laundry room door. And I was one of those people that get up at night and get something to drink. And one night I get up and Ashley's just laying there looking under the door, and I can see shadows. And then I see this little cat arm come out with the dried cat turd right out of the litter box, just warm and dry, and stuck it under there. And Ashley gobbled it down. And I could tell they'd made friends. So about a week later, when little Tippy came out, Tippy would only eat dog food out of Ashley's bowl. I've got pictures of them sleeping together. When Ashley passed away, Tippy was here sleeping with her. It's just, they were the best friends. So they can get along pretty good. But they have to grow up together, right? They can't be introduced because dogs are very territorial. And, you've got to be wise when you introduce those type of animals. And feral cats typically don't get along with dogs, period. It's kind of ingrained in them for survival. They don't get along with owls, hawks, and coyotes, i.e. dogs. Boston Terriers, one of my favorite dogs, be Shady. Story, and I'll keep it short, as short as I can. Boo, this little Boston Terrier we used to house sit in Jackson, Tennessee. He had a little shot collar on his neck because he had one of those invisible fences when they first came out with him. This was 20 something years ago. This was long before my ex and I got married, and we were house sitting for him. So they had a really nice house with this invisible fence. And my ex said, well, I'm just going to take him and bring him over to our house so he doesn't have to, stay over here alone. So she's backing up out of the driveway in her little car and doesn't remember he's got the collar on, and drives through the fence, and Boo just gets the shaky shakes. And my ex, Cindy, freaks out and puts it in drive instead of just going, and drives forward and shocks his ass again, because it shocks him when you go through there. So anyway, she felt terrible, took the collar off, took him home, and then Boo took it as a lesson. Miss Angela, who I think she's still alive, Boo's mom, said that Boo from then on out knew the invisible fence was just a matter of short pain, and then I can go run whores in the neighborhood the rest of the day. So she watched him go out to pee in the morning. He'd stand by where that little fence would start beeping, and he'd sit there, he'd look at it, and he'd give it a little and he'd just haul ass through it. Then he kind of jumped sideways when it shocked him. But once he was through the fence, he was good to go because it doesn't keep shocking him. Yeah, y'all, I'm going to take one quick peek on the porch. Y'all give me 2 seconds. I'm going to leave y'all with a commercial. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm kind of keeping an eye out in case he wanders by, because he hadn't eaten. And he's a ferocious eater. He's going to be a big cat. Fresh Pet is a whole new. I mean, we're on Sierra. The what's that stuff called? Sheba. Sheba's what they prefer, but Puck comes from the old school of where he'll eat just a can of old Friskies. And loves that. But man, he's sketchy. He got this way to when he didn't get his way of going out. The way he'd communicate is he'd jump up on the couch and he'd give me this look, and he'd just jump at me with his mouth open, biting. He'd come at me biting. not biting hard, but biting to get my attention. And if I had on a t-shirt, I've got old man skin, and he'd inevitably make me bleed. So he started getting a squirt bottle. That's awesome to have that much space and have a dog that can go out there and do it, manage it. Yeah, that's depending on what they're dealing with, geek machinists, it can be super expensive. My mom's gives one of her cats a UTI dog food that's extremely expensive, or cat food. Now, cats, unless they're spoiled like mine are, don't require, if you read like the nutritional information, how much you're supposed to feed a cat per pound, they're not supposed to eat nearly as much as they do. I've never seen a cat that exists off as little as they recommend them having. Um, so, but anyway, another cool knife. Do y'all remember the beaver? The Kaiser beaver? They've come out with the new beaver, little hollow ground clip point harpoon, very short. This one's an AB or AEBL. Micarta handle with a G10 orange liner. A really nice little EDC fixed blade. They also have it it'll be available in a flat ground D2 with the micarta handle, no liner, but still every bit is nice, the same profile, the same size. Slicey little knife. Have a review to do on those. Have a review to do on this knife. Then I'm going to give it away. This is a knife that somebody reached out to me to see if I wanted to just give them feedback on it. They said I didn't have to do a review on it. I did an unboxing. It slices like nothing else. It's like 8 CRV. It's $15, I want to say. For $15. It's an amazing knife. I mean, for $15, G10, and again, the blade steel is not that good, but it's super pokey splinter digger. It'd be a great truck knife. It'd be a great backpack knife, little hiking knife, little overnight camping knife. Comes with a little sheath, little belt, doohickey. For like, I think list for $19 on Amazon. I think you can get them for $15.99. So I've got to do a review on that. What's up, Henry G? Trying to think what else. The Dodo, which I've got to use a little more. I haven't even started carrying this yet. I know it's good for cutting back. I've cut a little pruning some bushes outside my house. When I say bushes, it's more ivy that grows up, where I've got these weeds and these ivy that'll grow out across my sidewalk that I can cut with this. But I need to read about what its story is. The Rich Light's interesting. I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks like puzzle pieces, but it's kind of like a real smooth micarta. Nice little knife, though. Interesting. Definitely an interesting little knife. The Kaisers, got some Kaisers, I don't know what, coming in for November that I probably won't be able to show for a while, but looking forward to those coming in. And I've got to reach out, and I'm going to have a bunch of different stuff that you guys will be seeing in the next coming weeks. Paper My Car, there he is, 1931 Leatherworks, the man, the myth, the legend, my sheath maker. If y'all need a sheath or a slip, Terry's your man. He's making all the there should be another round of frets coming through, because I've got 3 sheaths here that they go in. I've got to get my fret so I can just beat the heck out of one. Terry's got some leather sheath butter. That works very well. Also for my Carta, stuff like that. Open this up. But this is right here. It's a little smells just really neutral. Yeah, sample size. Yeah, Terry, yeah, I didn't think this was this is your full size. I'll tell you what, I did get I thought I'd gotten a big ass jug of Wicked Wax. Let me grab something. Hold on a sec. I won't hit y'all with the ad, but I will hit you with the be right back screen. Nope, because my thing's not moving. So, in our giveaway, one of our upcoming giveaways, I'm going to include these. I know y'all have seen those melting pots that you put little cubes in and it smells good. This is cinnamon or caramel apple. Smells very, very rich, just like I thought this was Wicked Wax because I work with Fred, the priest, and he's awesome. And he sends me Wicked Wax to use and show. But this is a Wicked Wicks. This is a different flavor. It's butterscotch bourbon. It's got a wooden wick. It's a whipped candle that I haven't tried yet. So very cool. Also some beard wax in there in a red can, but very cool to see them getting off into some fragrance stuff. Wicked Wax. Very cool. Very cool. So there's that. Yeah, my music's all frozen up. So if I go back over here, let's see if I can play back my bag up. If I want to find something, maybe this is low key. Yeah, there we go. But I can't. I've not tried it, but I've got some over there. The red can, Robert, the Wicked Whispers. I do have a small trial size of that. I've not tried it yet, but it looks like it'll be. I'm a big fan, and I just haven't been ordering stuff lately. But I'm a fan of Said Stevie's beard oil and his beard balm. He's got a patchouli flavor, or had a patchouli scent, not flavor. I ate mine, so it was kind of the flavor. For hippies like me, and he's got all kinds of different balms and oils. EDC Roundtable. Let's take a look over there. Let's just take a peek. I haven't been to the table. I don't shop online since I'm not in the, what would you call it, in the market for anything because I don't have cash. So if we go to Said Stevie, lip balm sold out. But what I do is I go up here, accept all, go to shop. Let's go to beard balm. He's got the beard balm and the oil. Beard balm, $18.50. It's a big ass tin. And you can get patchouli, which is what I love. I think got him to make that scent, and I've not been buying nearly as much of it. Essence of the PNW is very popular. he uses citronella when he's out, and the skeeters are giving him a hard time. Sandalwood was the first flavor I got from him. I think Maddie's a big fan of the peppermint. But yeah, and then you can get oil, the same scent. I need to I will be ordering some from Stevie. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the beard balm from EDC Roundtable. Said Stevie. Yako's got some really good beard balm I hear, and then you got the Wicked whiskers. But cool stuff. Cool stuff out there. I had something else very cool come in today. I need to use or promote my TS Prof. Let me do this real quick. Let me grab a link real quick. This is my buddy Kyle. Ain't around. I don't think he might not make it to join us tonight. He might be stuck with me. I sent out links, but nobody wants to. Let's see. Here we go. I copy this. Whoops. Don't want to do that. Do that. I want to do that. All right. Hold on, guys. Copy. Paste and go. All right. Over here to this. See if it'll let me update it. Prof. Affiliate link. TS Prof has been they didn't show up at Blade Show. They've had some issues with I think some political issues. I don't know that for a fact. I just know that it's I've been recently back in touch with them. It's been great to be back in touch with them, and they are awesome. What's up, Ron Crow, channel member? Y'all, Ron Crow is in the house. Say hi to Ron. He got one of the longest live streams on Saturday. Unless I'm hallucinating, I'll wake up from my naps because I'm a day sleeper after my live, and he'll be live for hours. I think that's awesome. But TS Prof hooked me up in a big way. When we went to Blade Show, I ran through a set of diamond stones that came with my TS Prof sharpener when Shane and I were sharpening a bunch of knives, and had just reached out to them to get an idea about a couple of grits to match up with what Kyle had told me I should get if they had those in stock. If not, when would they have them in stock, or what would they recommend that was close? And they just hooked me up with a set of stones. I'm more than thankful, more than grateful. We'll be making some sharpening content. I'm not a very good sharpener, but I'm getting better. And I've got to get much, much better. I was, for a while there, I was deadly on my little 360. I've had to make this adjustment. And it's not the Pioneer system. It's me and my focus ability. I think I was much more relaxed when I was sharpening before, where now I'm just not as relaxed. Life situation, those type of things. But yeah, good to see you, Ron Crow. I'm glad you were in the house, buddy. Love your live streams. I creep in there quite a bit. I pop in and out quite a bit. And you keep it going, man. I wish I had more, because I thought about, I could go through websites. I think about what happens in live streams that I used to go to, or that I still go to. And, outside of going to websites, looking at knives, going to Amazon, looking at knives, that's fun to do. But then I feel like I'm just kind of showing you knives I like. Like, I always love to, for surprise sakes, I always like to go to DLT. I haven't done that in a while. So let's just see what's coming in lately to DLT trading. DLT trading and River's Edge Cutlery and White Mountain Knives were where I bought the majority of my knives when I was buying the new Spyderco 20 CV Smock DLC exclusive. I love the Smock. There are a lot of aftermarket scales for it. I can get behind 20 CV. I can get behind my Cardi, even though I'd remove those scales because I don't like the speed holes. That's pretty cool. So what I do is I go to their homepage, and then I go to. I've changed the homepage. I go to new. Here we go. I go to new arrivals. Nice looking side buster. I've had a couple of basic side busters. Blue joints. I'll just look at one or two pages because what they'll have is they'll have some cool Microtex, Hairtex, Defiance, Protex. Look at that Crimson Tiger Malibu. Not my jam, but I'm sure somebody likes it. Anyway, I like looking at their stuff. Then we'll look at River's Edge Cutlery. Stop sharing that. Start sharing that. We're just doing the quick browse. I hate pop-up screens. Hate them, hate them, hate them. What was that back there that we just missed? I do like that. Not the serrated version. I reviewed one of those, the Successor in M390. That looks pretty cool. Non-locking, little slippy there. All right, so I'll go down here and I go shop new arrivals. And I'll just see what they got. Why did it take me to the bottom of the page? All right, here we go. So we got some Chris Reeves, large Sabenzas with some patterns. Very cool, very cool. I would love a Sabenza. Those are very nice. MSI, some razors, a little fire starting kit, a Nano Shark. I've been kind of interested in these. I've got these are made in Taiwan, right? Yep, made in Taiwan. I've got one of the Shark Cubs, but the Nano Shark I think is even different. They've got some Creeley knives stropping emulsion with gunny grit. Or what that is. Giant Mouse Becker. Whoops. A frame on it. Yep. Interesting stuff. If you're like me, which most people aren't, most people like I used to be, I would go to these websites 3 times a day. I was that bad of a knifey. Kungwu Stiffy. I think this is very cool. This is like the Pulsar, except it's in a fixed blade for $130. I've not tried one. I've not experienced one, but I do have another knife in Venatus 8 steel. I think it's very cool. I think the shape of the Pulsar is great. And this Stiffy P is just like a Pulsar. Very cool knife. If I was buying knives, I would buy one of those. The Lander 4 used to not be on my radar until I saw Richard Hopkins, who has a lot of the different Landers. Very impressive little knife. Which would I take, the Stiffy or the Lander? I would take the Stiffy for me personally. Lander's small. I've got a lot of little small guys. Stiffy's small too. But yeah, just River's Edge Cutlery has some interesting stuff. I can get behind it. Tactical Pterodactyl stuff, Chiragorov stuff. some budget Shiro, i.e. budget 625. Some Finch stuff. I reviewed this today. They've got the best bailout yet. It's probably going to beat the bug out. They make it in either this version in S90V, or you can get it in the matching to the bug out version in M390. I don't know why they did different blade steels or the different bailouts. The only difference is the blade steel, and this one's got the blue standoffs, and it matches the bug out. $10 less for the M390 over the black blade in the S90V, which I would prefer. So very cool stuff. River's Edge Cutlery, in my opinion, has some banger knives, and banger gear. You know, if you're looking for stuff outside of the normal knife. We'll scroll down a little further. Then we're gonna go to White Mountain Knives real quick. Ooh, they've got TRMs. Now we're going to go real quick. Then we're going to be out of here for the night. What's up, Todd Carr? After this, we're going to go to White Mountain Knives. We're going to look at their pop-up ad. I always go new, knowing that their first few aren't going to have any pictures. Oh, they do. So this is where I can see some cool budget stuff. And some very not budget stuff like Orcs Works. Slightly off-centered Malibu. I could center that up. I know. 300 is about what you can get that for. A little interesting KB titanium N390 blade that looks worthless, useless. That one looks like a little bit more useless, but longer. I'm not a pokey stabby guy. Although I like pokey stabby knives, so I guess that was an absolute ridiculous statement to make on my part. Real Steel, Spyderco. They've got all kinds of stuff. Rimet. They've got Microtex. They've got a lot of Tucson's. I found a lot of my interesting fixies here. I found a lot of interesting knives here because they'll carry stuff that you just, if you're browsing one day, you just might come across something that's out of the ordinary in a big way, like the Zero blade play, purple handled, Cerakoted Ultratech, just like my black one in purple. But yeah, cool stuff. That's been our knife tour of the night, guys. Tenable, great value on knives. Concept, I think, has great value on their knives. The Orlock, the coolest tenable I've seen in a long time, that 1931 Leatherworks designed. Don't know anything about Katuos or a lot of these. I just haven't had any experience with them. But here's the Orlock. Look at that, 194 in full dress. That's sick. Thankfully, brother Ryan Ellis let me check one of his out and review it. I reviewed the Proto, but I couldn't get one from Concept because they were in such high demand. So yeah, there's always cool stuff at White Mountain Knives. Those are the stores I frequent the most, right? When I'm checking out knives at stores, those are the stores I typically browse. Because I've had good experiences with them. I used to do a lot at Knife Works. Had an issue with Knife Works, Atlantic Knife Works, or Atlantic Knives, or whatever they're called. Those people are dead to me. Smoky Mountain Knife Works, dead to me. Knife Center, take them or leave them. Only if they can't. If I can't find it anywhere else. What's up, Bando? And then Blade HQ, they're fine. I just got bored with them. Concept dropped a new D2 fixie this morning that looks promising. Sweet. I've not been to their site in a while. And Tenable, guys, is Concept's budget brand. So you can even get a lot of these same knives. Ooh, the flank. That does look promising. I'm going to share it. Thin 3.69 inch blade, 7.24 inches overall. Looks like a very nice knife. And see, to me, I wonder why they didn't put that in their Tenable line, because Tenable, Orlocks. Orlocks. I love the Orlock, guys. That's Terry's knife. That is an absolute banger. Concept's got a couple of cool new things in. Is this a locking knife? Yeah. Looks kind of like a gunslinger jack or something like that. Looks like it's got a flipper tab on the back and a front flipper. Again, you never know how those are going to work until you try them. I've got one of these. Very odd knife. The Hazard. But yeah, Concept, I think their value's up there with everybody as far as I'm concerned. The Orlock, dude, Terry, you knocked it out of the park, brother. Out of the park. I wish they'd bring it as anything but a bar lock, but everybody's making bar locks. And I'll tell you, Tenable, Kaiser, Vosteed, even though I haven't dealt with Vosteed in a while, do really well or do good things with their bar locks. This is that little D2 original. I mean, it's snappy as it can be. And then, let me figure out what the name of this. Quall. Quall. And it's Damascus and black. Titanium. Sorry about the burp, guys. But really aggressive front choil. Thumb disc or front flipper. I can't quite get over to single finger flick it over the top. But it's an interesting knife. One like I've never seen before. Very neutral handle. Very good access to the lock bar. So much that you actually feel it. I can actually feel that. Except I like to hold it up here. I don't like to get my finger back into that. You guys can see that. Yeah, it's notched out. Up my finger up here. And it's no problem. But yeah, there's some good knives out there, guys, from $30 to $130 to $330 to need I say $400. Even though Shane and them would kick me. But I think the R&D, I talked to them about the pricing of this knife, the size of it, the amount of materials, just overall refinement. I've been carrying this knife so much that it's just a glorious knife. The Mr. Titan, Mr. Designs Titan with the interlock system. Not a ball lock. It's a it is a big spring that you're moving back, which disengages it, locks it up. I mean, when I say locks it up, there's no wiggle waggle, no up and down. If I want to grab it by the side, I can. If I want to grab it from the top, I can. For me, it's easier to grab it from the top because the side, I have to spread my hands and it's a long knife, long handle. And I don't get the jimping, grippiness on the side nearly as much as I do up on top. And it just works better for me on top. Whoops. But a really nice Magna Cut blade that reminds me of a Chris Reeves blade. I don't know why. It reminds me of a Chris Reeves blade. But it's got their Magna Cut right there on the spine. Right there. I'm sure it's not CPM Magna Cut, but it is what it is. What's up, Maddie? Did he? I haven't seen his, but I did a video on it yesterday with my my opinions on it. And like I said, I'm in the process of trading a couple of knives for it. So I'm doing everything I can to obtain it because I really enjoy it. I'm really a little bit wondering on the Tonto, even though I've got so many Tontos. I think because of the Chris Reeves association with the drop point, I kind of like that. But they do make a Tonto as well. Let's pull that up real quick. Because Mr. Designs has one of their best knives. Their Phantom's like $209, but this one's more expensive. This one's much more expensive. But the Tonto, to me, looks pretty sick too. I think I like the drop point better, but the Tonto is very sexy. You can't go wrong if you decide you like one of these big ass knives, because it is big. I mean, the blade is 3.94 inches, 1.2 inches tall at choil. It's a big guy. But I'm a fan. I like Miha. I've not met his father. He's been on a couple of live streams because before I ever had my channel, early on, I bought a Cypher D. Or no, this is Cypher. The Cypher D is the drop point. It came with carbon fiber scales. I've still got the carbon fiber scales, which make it much lighter. I added the titanium scales, and this broke my rule at the time of no flipper only knives because I was not a rear flipper guy. But the thinness of this knife, the elegance of this knife, I just really liked it. So much so that I called Miha and I was going to buy a Cypher D, the drop point version. He said, well, you could do that, but you really ought to try a knife my dad designed, the Zero. And I said, yeah, I'm not big into button locks. I'm not big into, all that stuff. But anyway, I tried it. This is the Mr. Zero. So minimal hardware, right? It's got a little clip screw and it's got a pivot screw. And then it's got this little non-jip, nondescript flipper tab. This little M390 blade that disappears completely in the handle, super thin and slicey. I consider this a perfect little office knife. So when I was still going into the office, this was a great knife to carry because it was unassuming. Could cut pretty much everything from steak to boxes to just anything I wanted to cut. Very neutral handle, kind of original design, and one I just kind of like. So I've always been a fan of Mr. Designs. Then I reviewed, but I didn't buy their Phantom. Their Phantom is $205, and I think it's still available. It was made by QSP. It has got a hollow grind and thumb studs. It was the first one of their knives to have thumb studs and an internal liner lock. And I like the blade style. So it had a front flipper or thumb studs. I found it to be a really nice knife, and it's priced at $205 because, of course, the cost of production on a knife like this is not as high. I reviewed their Aeon. It was kind of more like the Zero, very minimalistic. Only has a flipper tab right there on the back. It's got a little jimping on it. Very light, extremely light. I don't know how they make it so light, but very nice knife. And this is the original Cypher and the Cypher D. That's the carbon fiber that came with mine. But I need to put my carbon fiber scales back on it because it makes it so much lighter. And as I'm sitting here talking about it, I realize I'm not sharing shit with y'all. So I'm going to go back real quick and share the Cypher D and the carbon fiber. And then before that, I was showing the Aeon, which I reviewed, but I didn't buy. It's S90V. It's got just a little flipper tab designed by his dad. Very minimalistic, very little blade showing. And then the one that was $205 that I really, really like because it's a deep hollow grind with thumb studs or a very well done front flipper with a neat reverse tanto kind of blade was this guy right here. Really well done front flipper. Really nice thumb studs. And just a nice hollow ground blade. Simple, understated, elegant. I was a fan. So when the Titan came out, slipping. Dude, I'm slipping every night. I could make y'all watch videos of big cats eating little cats. Speaking of cats, I have a feeling Puck is out there doing his thing. I think he's looking for lady cats. Stevie, are you home, brother? Are you bored, dude? I'm going to send you a link, even though you won't come on because you're probably doing something, which I totally get. Let's get some action up in here. Uh-oh. Gotta go to messages. We'll send Maddie a link and Stevie. Uh-oh. Well, let's go to Maddie. Not that any of these people will jump in, but we'll send links. And I sent, I know Ryan's working. Shane's probably working. So when y'all get stuck with me, you never know what good shit could come out. I can go big screen on the knives and start just showing weird knives. A knife I brought out today because I was thinking about trading it. Such a good knife. The Wii Nefarious. I was made aware of this knife from a Jared Neves review years ago. 20 CV, kind of a Bowie style knife. Super snappy detent. And it's got a nice little flipper tab. If you're not into flipper holes. Boink. But that's a full-size knife that I would trade for something cool because I'm not buying knives. And then I forgot how cool this little knife was. This is the Wee Roxy 3. I traded with a gentleman by the name of Brandon Boom Boom Thrasher for this knife. Bought it from him 4 years ago. The great little Todd Knife and Tool and Wee collaboration. I used to be big into pocket cleavers. I have a whole little aficionado section of pocket cleavers that are ridiculous. As Maddie said, they might be good for cutting cheese. This is the this is a Thick Boy B1 pocket cleaver. This is the Bird Blades Slim pocket cleaver. Jesse, what's up? Brando, that is awesome, man. Possums are not only my favorite marsupial because that would be very limiting because kangaroos are kind of bitches, but possums are awesome. And I've had the cats on the porch when I like feed Cheeto, this gangster cat that used to come around until Puck, the other gangster cat, went off on him. He don't come around here no more. But they would sit out there and eat together, not at the same time, but like the possum would eat, the cat would sit back and eat. Give me 1 second. Let me go check on the Puckstress, see where she is. I'm gonna hit y'all in 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. Give me 1 minute. I should have muted for y'all before I went screaming for the cat. Anyway, he's not answering, so he's going to be able to just hang out and do his cat thing. I'm going to shift gears and switch from my Starbucks double shot white chocolate energy drink to a more refined seltzer. The Crescent 9 THC seltzer. 50 milligrams of raspberry lime deliciousness. They had this in a grape soda. However, Alabama's changing their laws, and the largest seltzer per can will be 40 milligrams. So the distributor quit bringing in the wonderful grape lemonade soda. Thanks, Alabama. My home state. Darkwater, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Alabama sucks. I think most that live here will agree. But I digress. No time for that. No time for that at all. We can look at more cool knives, though. What is everybody carrying? I think I showed y'all what I was carrying today. I carried the Titan, which I'm still carrying. This big, brawny, beautiful bitch that's got a hair stuck on it. And I carried the Lookout in my 3-feather EDC sheath. small little Magna Cut, micarta, light little knife. Great little cutter. Great little combo. This sheath was actually made for the Kaiser Mini Harpoon. However, the great thing about sheaths and well-made sheaths is they fit knives that are the same size. And they feel fitted awesome. What is up, Brother Kyle?
How we doing, buddy?
Man, we're living the dream. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Yourself?
Doing good, man. Just sitting here filling the time showing knives, sending out links. How are you feeling, buddy? Are you doing better? Or are you just feeling bad about me? You don't have to feel bad about me.
A little bit of both, but it's all right.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That sucks, man. Get you some rest, brother. I appreciate you hanging out here. And you're
I'm good.
What's up, Todd Carr? He's telling you good evening.
What's up, Toddy? Yeah, if I didn't feel like being here, I wouldn't.
Well, I'm glad you're here, dude. I sent Stevie a link. I don't know if he's traveling. I sent Ryan the link earlier. I haven't checked on Instagram because I've been going back and forth with Mr. Designs. Did you hear that debauchery?
No.
Dude, that knife that we had such a good debate about the other night, I can't send it back.
Why?
I've fallen in love with it, dude.
Oh, Lord.
Dude, I'm trading a ProTech and something else for it. Dude, I'm telling you, it's that good. And I know it shouldn't be, and I know it's probably not what it's, but it just is. It just feels that good. And what does that blade remind you of? The looks wise.
A little bit of the Aurelia.
To me, it looks like a kind of Aurelia Benzie. It reminds me of a Chris Reeves.
Yeah.
But the Tonto, even though I don't need another Tonto knife, looks very wicked as well.
Well, if you hold that up, look at that compared to that.
Oh, dude, that's got a little bit more poon, doesn't it? I call it poon, but that arched up, where this is more flat.
Slightly. Is Stevie here?
Stevie was in the chat. Stevie, you here, buddy? Stevie was in the chat. Stevie had a link.
Well, if he is, I got something to show him. What's up, everyone?
And Maddie was in the house, and we had a lot of people come through.
Mills. Let's see who I missed. Bob,
I think
Richard, Jesse, Robert, Knife Nut, Ron, Sarah, Rick. Who else did I miss?
Bob's carrying the Aurelia. Nice.
There's Cheeto, Brando.
Cheeto of the corn. I love it. Brando is carrying the Kaiser Drop Bear Pumpkin fixed blade, which is just a sweet little fixie. The Olight IT3 and the Gerber Confidant. I didn't check earlier because Collie came in.
My bad.
No, dude. I've been missing because I've been trying to show stuff off. I said, we could look at websites like others did. And I saw some cool stuff over at DLT and at River's Edge Cutlery. I couldn't tell you what they were now, but I did see some cool stuff. Speaking of drop bears, this is the Kaiser Drop Bear 2. That this is the Halloween version. But one thing I noticed about it is it's a button lock now, but it's also a hollow ground. And it comes in several blade shapes. On a budget, this is a pretty nice little knife. The Drop Bear has been very successful with their clutch lock, but this is a button lock, plunge lock, not a top liner lock.
Who else did I miss coming in? Brown Sugar, Roman. What's up? Mick.
Sierra Riggs.
Paul. Just old enough, but yet just young enough.
And brother Richard Hopkins is continuing to roll kind of north west a little bit, maybe northeast. I'm not going to dox him, but they're successfully landing from spot to spot like a well planned out board game. Roman M?
He's a little nomad, just traveling around.
It's the way to do it. I think the Tomb is awesome, Matt. I've not had a chance to try that one out, but the one with the glow scales sold really quick. Kyle, this is a knife I sent you that I was taking pictures of.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because it was hard to get the picture. It was just because the knife is so bizarre. It's a titanium knife, which makes little sense. They make it with titanium scales, but the scales go together like Legos. There's just two pieces of hardware. These two pieces of hardware come off, these two little T6s, and then the scales slide off, slide right over the pivot. It's three pieces on each side. It's got this weird Cometa is what it's called. I don't know what kind of blade you'd call that.
It's 2025, almost 2026. Why are we still using T6 body screws?
Good question. Very good question.
It goes to any company.
A very good question. And the one thing that I've thought about, because I've asked, Kaiser uses TAs, but I've asked my friends at Three Rivers Manufacturing. And the thing that they say is, they're short screws and they do theirs deep, but it's a visibility thing. They think that their T6s, for what they're intended to do, and this is one company on one scale, it looks worse to have a TA. I don't know if that's the reasoning behind it. I can't imagine why, if people said we want TAs, I would think TRM would do TAs because they've changed a lot of things on their knives because people wanted it, right? But you're right. I mean, I think
I'll give them the credit for this. So hang on. So the fact that they manufacture their own hardware gives them more leeway to dictate how deep that screw head is. So if you did a T6 and made it deeper, you're going to get better purchase than you would on most T6s. So that is fair. I give them that. I just still think that T8's more widely, I don't want to say accepted.
It's widely used.
It's more friendly, I guess. It's easier to get a little purchase on. So,
and TRM has totally changed their logo. I'm going to, because Stevie just said something I was not aware of. The Atom Auto. Were you aware of that?
No, Stevie, don't go anywhere. I got something to show you, but I got to go get it. Hang on one second. I'll be right back.
Is that it? Oh, yes. How about that? That is the TRM Atom. It looks like that one's done with a very unique grind, a vertical flat. It looks like they got some tag-alongs in my Carta back in. I love the scales on that one. That's a great little 3-finger knife. This must be the auto. I'll tell you who else who had a great auto at Blade Show was Michael Martin at American Blade Works. Look at that. Boom. TRM is by far my favorite USA knife company, but I'm a different USA made knife guy. I like the thin slicey. There's Ray. Shadow. I mean, they just do some cool stuff. That's just sexy to me. That's the Neutron, probably the most popular size for me. I didn't make it to Blade West. Hopefully some of y'all did. Let's go to my home screen, see what's going on the home screen. Looks like Tactical Terry's got him a Battle Horse Knives, little necker. All right, let me stop sharing.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
That makes
So
it big.
let me get a cloth. Put this down. This is stage, or part one, I should say, of the process. But Stevie had given away a knife one night on Honey Bucket, and I had won it, and I told him that I was going to start modding it, and then I would do a giveaway for it on one of their streams. So I've been busy. I haven't got around to it, but here's the first stage of just the blade that I've been working on, the Vox Boker. So
Dude, that looks sweet.
acid washed flat, or I mean the bevels, and then polished the flats.
Dude. And what so that's the Boker. Which Boker is it? It looks
The Vox.
box. Yeah, I was about to say it looks very giant mousy.
Yeah, so I got to still do a little bit of touch-up work on this, sharpen it, and then start working on the handle work that I'm going to do.
Very, very cool.
I think it turned out pretty cool.
Stevie, I sent him a suggestion, and it actually was a bad suggestion. They didn't even respond to it. I thought they should do a Stiffy Nerd, but in all truth, I think if they did a knife like the Shadow and an EDC fixed blade, it would be the perfect size with that same blade profile. But they've got, I'm sure with what they're doing with their folding knives, they've got their hands full. Although I hear their capacity is really upped. That was you telling me that, Kyle, wasn't it?
What's that? I'm done, by the way.
That TRM's capacity had really increased. Maybe we were all talking about that. They've gone from one machine to like 23. Derek, for real, what is up, brother?
What's up, Derek?
Good to see you, man.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Mick.
Make that go away. Nope. I hate this new StreamYard. Move from stage. There we go. There you go. So you've been working on mod and stuff. You've been sharpening some stuff too, buddy? Kind of slow.
Sharpening is freeing up right now. I'm open on that front. I've just been doing some modding and some picture work, finishing up those. I got a couple more left to do, and then I'll be done, and that'll be out of my hair, and then I'll be completely free. So
I know Richard had mentioned something, but I don't think they're going to be home for a while. Something sharpened when he was here that he didn't feel, I don't think, comfortable with me doing.
gotcha.
Todd is asking you if you did the hole as well. I don't think you just washed around it and you just polished it.
Yeah, no, the hole was factory. I just did the hand satining all the flats and then acid wash the bevels.
Now you could do a hole. That's well within what you're capable of, right?
No, not really.
Have you not tried one?
Well, I don't have a drill press anymore, so
Wow.
that would be something that would be kind of
Limit.
ixnay on the doing with the hand drill.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. For some reason I thought you did, or you talked about those before, but I make shit up in my head. So yeah, the ProTech I was talking about getting rid of first was this one, a little Newport, but I can't find the box. Not that he's looking for the box, but he said his dad likes bigger knives. You know one I don't carry? That I talked to Knives and More about trading for. And the reason they won't trade for this knife, this is their worst selling ProTech. Even worse than the Magic Whiskers 1, because people don't know how to open it.
Gotcha.
And they say it just makes people uncomfortable, where I think it's just clean. The only thing I notice is if I don't grab it right, I get a little drag on it where it pops perfectly if I get it from the clip. But if I grab it by the frame, my finger drags it. See that?
Yep.
That was because it went past my finger, or if I get it by the clip, it just pops. But that's a full-size knife.
Knife's not. Actually, I did it the harder way around. I did it satin first, and then I taped it off, did the satin, and then taped it off, applied nail polish to all the satin areas, astro wash it, and then go back and remove it and do touch-up work. I just didn't want to go off of the satin flats and then go into the acid if I did that first. So
Richard, I actually threw it out there as trade bait. If I got a message, go ahead, Kyle. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, that's okay. So yeah, I did it probably the harder way around, but I did satin flats first and then did the acid wash.
Yeah, it replied yet. So while y'all find something, read the chat, Kyle. I'm just going to scroll down the Instagram and see what's going on. Geek Machinist posted.
I'll just say hello to a couple people I missed.
A sweet little signal. I've not seen that knife yet.
Josh, Neil, Henry. I think I said hey to Derek. Jay, what's up?
So Blade West was this past weekend?
Yeah.
There's the Orlock. That's a great knife. Uh-oh. Cat in the pool. Cat in the pool. What's going to happen, do you think?
I personally don't care, but I'm sure we're going to watch it.
Yeah, we can't turn away. He just chilled. That shows the cats are just fucked up. He's panicking. All he has to do is chill and go to the steps. Look at him. I feel like that sometimes, though. I thought the dog was going to come save him. That's a pretty interesting TKL, isn't it? Is that copper Damascus?
It looks like it's just etched.
Let's see. Yeah, you're right. That would be done with the laser, you mean, as opposed to...
Or just an acid etch where they put something down, make a pattern.
I got you. I really like that grip on the tag-along. Oh, look at the Joey. Uh-oh. I must be a newborn. Look at him going falling.
RIP headphone users.
Oh, is that too loud? I'm sorry.
It was freaking loud.
That's a good looking knife. I don't know who makes that. The District. There's a above ground swimming pool. Scotch and things made. A couple of TRMs. I can't get used to their logo. What do y'all think? I'm so used to the white and blue for years. That orange and white and black seems like such a big departure. Look at that little dude.
The hell is that? I can't see it.
I don't want to blow people's ears out. It's a little armadillo.
Okay.
But yeah, the black, orange, I can see it for Halloween, but that's their new logo. There's some Kaisers. That's that knife I was just showing y'all. I have that black one right there. The Qual. Forget his collaboration with.
I'm talking to Shane.
Dude. You see that jump? see this move?
Hang on one second. Oh, yeah. I've seen that before.
That's Ricky Tikki Tavi, dog. Y'all used to watch Ricky Tikki Tavi?
I have no idea what that is.
That was a cartoon back in the old days, man. What's wrong with you? It was a cartoon about a snake and
I'm born in the 40s. Sorry.
that's true. When was Ricky Tikki Tavi? Ricky, it might have been a movie. Tikki Tavi. Rudyard Kipling. It was a book.
You're talking about Kipling?
Yeah, Rupert Kipling.
After the kids go to bed and the house is finally quiet, that's when Amazon Zero fits in. Zero social media, zero shipping.
I'll get copyright, so we'll just mute it. You don't remember this children's book that was a short film?
I know who Kipling was. I'm familiar with some of his work, but I don't remember that one.
I'm gonna share it.
I don't know.
It's really short. It's really good. It's really good shit. It made me like mongooses when I was a kid. It didn't let me share it.
Yeah, it did. It posted
Did it? Okay.
Drink water. I have no idea, homie.
I have not knife nut. I'll pull it up though.
Cheeto, I don't get paid for this.
He came in because he felt bad. He saw me struggling because y'all were turning on me.
I'm here for the giggles. I'm not here to babysit. I did get a package today.
Oh, you could show what that is.
Well,
Is this it? This is not it, I don't think. This is a Gecko custom Pictus.
Yeah, that's what.
But that's not an XL.
That was the original one that came out. Main guy, geek.
It's a pretty knife. Pretty knife, pretty knife. Is it sharing for y'all? No, yeah, it is.
He said it's on his Instagram.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
One left. Is this it right here? That's a Kaiser. Hold on. Are you opening your package yet? I don't want to miss that.
No, I'm not opening it on screen. I'll get the contents
Okay.
out.
Let me go back and see how to spell that shit.
Pick this for Gecko.
Both.
GECKO PICTUS.
Hold on. G.
ECKO.
Is that how I find them on Instagram?
Yeah.
GECKO.
Correct.
Well, that's my thing not working. CKO.
That's what she said.
Picked it. No, man. I'm doing something wrong. Let me go back here and find it. Somebody's gonna have to find it and share it. I'm giving up.
It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm not putting myself through those.
Not you.
things.
I tried cutting this thing open. My knife was dull.
Your knife was dull? That is kind of embarrassing, but it gives you a reason to sharpen it.
I'm not sharpening it. It's just a beater. I don't care.
Hey, I got some stones in today, buddy.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that to be a dick. I just meant like.
No, I'm just saying I was stoked to get some stones in.
That's awesome.
And I got to find a case to carry them in to put them in. What do you think about the zipper cases versus the hard plastic like I've got for my 4-inch, 6-inch, or whatever, my 4-inch?
The hard cases, some of them are cool. Like the one that they make is pretty cool.
I couldn't find theirs. I found the Hapstone on Gripmatic.
Here, let me. So they make this one.
Let me see. Hold on.
That one there.
How many bills is that?
6. Oh no. I'm not
Like
sure.
60? Let's see.
No, they're probably like 40-ish, 35-ish. I don't know.
I'll show you the one because I couldn't find any on their site. Let's see. Okay.
That one is decent, but if you want something small, that one's good. But this is the best case by far.
$58.
Oh,
7 slots.
yeah, it's good, but that's a lot. So this one is the best case they make. It's dirty, but
That's the one that's 27. I think that's this one right here.
yeah, and look how many that holds. It holds like 12 or 14, and it's very, very nice.
That's
This
the one I was looking at, I think.
This one is the best deal by far as far as stone holders.
make sure I'm looking at the same one.
I've got 3D printed ones from Gritomatic. I've got a wooden one. But by far the best one is that.
So is this it right here? The soft case? Is this for 12 Edge Pro?
Yeah, that's it. It was like $29 or something like that.
$29.
Yeah, that's a steal. That's an absolute steal. Because it's well made.
Well, I wasn't sure. It looked like the way to go.
Well, so like I've got. Let's see if I can grab one. I've got one of these Hapstone ones that's full. It holds 6. I've got the one that's like this. It holds 12. I got that one full. I've got one of these that slides out that holds 6.
Those are pretty cool. Those front loading ones, I've seen those before.
That one's stuffed. I got probably 10 stones on my desk that aren't in the case that need space. I got a lot of storage.
I haven't seen that one, but you're supporting a brother, dude. I haven't seen these case. Because Gritomatic, the soft case is less expensive than the hard cases. The 3D printed ones.
Yeah. Yeah, and that Hapstone case is by far the best one.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. TS Prof has got some nice ones because the other thing I was looking at is some places have these rolls. You know, it's like a tool roll, and I've got one of those tool rolls. Mick Ranger, my buddy A to Z EDC has that button lock barber, and I can tell you it is fantastic. I did a review on it about a year ago, and it is great. Did you see the weird Wicked Wax stuff I got, Kyle? Squirrel Brain?
No.
You know what that is? Those are those little melty things that you put in a pot to make it smell like Christmas.
Okay.
And look at this. It's a Wicked Wax candle. Caramel and butterscotch bourbon. I'm sorry. I might light it up later on. Maybe I should light it up now. I don't have a lighter though. Fuck. Yeah, dude.
So I got a new wallet in.
Yeah. The leather one?
Technically, I got 2 wallets in. Yes, leather. Turned out great.
Showing it?
Not yet.
Trying to strike this back.
Just looking at it. There you go, Luke.
Oh, you. I think my fluid's low. I have to get some. You hear that crashing?
Yeah.
You know what that was?
Your cat.
Oh, Dave Matthews. Crash into me, baby. Let me get my I've got another lighter in here. I think it'll work better.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to light my candle.
You're trying to burn your house down?
No. Hold on, Kyle. Keep him busy. I'll
What's
turn
up?
my fan off.
What's up, Cliff? Luke, I will here in a second. As soon as John gets back, I'm gonna go full screen to show him. Oh, let's see. Who else is in there? What's up, Robin? I'm gonna say hey to you. Rob. I have not. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. Let me look that up. Oh, you're talking about just the pusher. No, I've not used that version. Looks solid though. What are you trying to drift?
All right, this isn't working out the way I planned.
I'm just waiting for the drapes to blow up. That'll be good content. Yeah, Brando. Javon, he's one of them. He's done it several times. Just throwing sparks right there in his living room with a bunch of cut up paper at his feet.
All right.
Rob, just mill it for a dot and screw the front plastic sights.
It smells really good. Another effort to burn.
And why are we using this again?
The candle?
Yeah.
To see how it smells. I'm testing it.
Okay.
It's see it?
Yep.
Make sure it's not melting my iPhone.
Rob, okay, so you already switched them out, but yeah, I'm still.
So I'll stick it over there and see how it smells. Smells pretty good.
Well, then, Rob, have you not? I mean, I know it sounds kind of ghetto, but have you not just used a soft punch with it? See if you could just drift it slightly.
What are we trying to get?
Oh, we're just talking about moving, drifting the sight.
Oh, on a PP?
Yeah.
I didn't ask them that today when I was down at the store. I don't think I'm gonna ask. I don't think it's anybody's business, really. Well, this is
No.
effed up.
It shouldn't be. Unless there's something directly in the
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
there's something directly in the agreement. Otherwise, then tough shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that that talks about it as being a. You ever seen one of these little holders? I think it's almost out.
Well, you jerked it and then took it off screen, so I couldn't see it.
It was just this little
Yeah.
Zippo fluid holder. See if I can get it just pour it down in there.
Oh, that's fair. I just was trying to offer solutions, but yeah, that if it's from Midwest, that's looks pretty solid.
Hey, I haven't heard back from our friends at MB yet.
Yeah,
I kind of thought I'd get an email from them, but
I figured it'd take a while. They're redoing a new lineup on the website, so that's probably going to occupy some of their time.
yeah, I would think so. Let's see if I got any fluid in my. You see my little county com match? No. I didn't get it wet enough. Yeah, I did.
As you've got lighter fluid all over your hands and the.
Yeah, and just catch myself, just totally incinerate myself.
I'll make sure to screen record it to save it for.
Hey, go viral, man. Clip it. Clip that shit. What's up, Cat Scratch? Good to see you.
All right, Luke wanted to show him, Luke wanted to see him, and I wanted to show him off anyway. So here's the first wallet I got. This is a.
I'll make you big. Hold on.
I'm very picky about wallets. I like card wallets, card holders, and very, very slim minimal wallets because I front pocket everything. So here's the first one I got.
Ooh. That's pretty. Is that just one piece?
No, so there's card flap there and then card flap behind it. And then opposite.
Ooh.
So it's got 4 spots for cards. You could probably get 2 to 3 cards in there, but I'm only gonna need 3 or 4. And then it's got a little tiny opening in the top if you wanted to store something in there. But nice and thin, small, very very cool. I like the colorations on that. I picked the materials out for this. And then I did this one is a top loader, same principle, same size basically.
Very cool.
Brown with a slot there, and then other side green with the slot there.
Awesome, Cat Scratch.
And these are handmade courtesy of.
I was going to ask you, Terry, those are outstanding.
Yep. I like the color combination of the green and the brown caramel gator.
You know what you need to go with that?
What? Just tell me.
You need a fret and a matching sheath.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a slip joint and a matching sheath.
Oh.
Well, anyways, so let me talk about the why John's looking for that.
No, I'll find it.
Well, there's the reason why I asked John, because there's the matching slip.
Ah. Now the sheaths don't have the. Is that ostrich?
Yeah. Or croc. So, but I wanted to talk about quality on these real quick. I know people have heard about it, but like, so I'm kind of a wallet snob, just because I like what I like, and I'm just about anything in life I'm very particular about. But anyways, I've carried
I say that's an understatement. But carry on. I'm gonna go grab these sheaths.
I've carried a card slip similar to this from Coach for the last, probably on and off for the last 8 years. And it's held up phenomenal. I love it. But I wanted something different, and I wanted to support Terry. So we kind of came up with this, which is a similar design, one that he necessarily hadn't done before, but similar. And I picked the materials that I wanted, and it turned out phenomenal. It is very, very good. I would put it on par with stuff that costs considerably more money. Granted, I haven't put it through its paces to see a long-term hold up, but the quality of the leather is great. So I don't see any issue. The construction looks great. It's an absolute freaking banging deal for what he's charging for these. You get a nice leather wallet from most companies. You're looking at $60 to $100 pretty easily, and these are below that. I'll let him discuss what the prices are for you for looking at the leathers you want and that kind of stuff. And then same thing. This one is something that he hadn't done either, but he was willing to take on and test out, and he did a great job on it. Luke, I don't think so. He's like a fart in the skillet. He's everywhere, bouncing all off the walls. But this is very, very cool. I like this top folder design where you got the front spot, back spot, and then you can throw stuff you never really need in the center if you need it. So I'm going to be carrying these, and I think that's freaking phenomenal. And last thing, I don't know if he's got plans for it or not, but if you like this green, I think there's some left over. Hit him up and see. I think it turned out really, really nice. So hit him up if you need that cool leather in your life. But I'm beyond thrilled with this work. So great job, Terry. Yeah, Cliff, that makes sense. All your RFID stealing Eskimos up there hanging outside your igloo trying to steal your cards. Okay. So yeah, there is still some of that green left. And it's a like a forest green. It's a rich, dark green. It's very, very cool. I think
That's weird.
what?
That's just weird. I don't care who you are.
What's your problem?
I can't find those 3 sheaths. I stuck them all somewhere in the envelope they came in. I thought I put them in that case. I've got 3 sheaths here, though. I did find that, though.
Richard, I don't know how you can do that with like the old George Costanza wallet. I carry like 5, 6 cards total, and that includes like identification and all that stuff. And that's it. I don't need anything else.
I carry that as well, just to try out. It's kind of bulky. I'll be honest.
That's right, Luke.
It is kind of bulky, but it works. Where would I have set those? Jeez. Hey, Tip. Here's one kitty cat.
So, anyways, we were discussing Terry's fantastic leather work.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Where you went on your
Looking for his gorgeous leather work.
global hunt around the house.
No, I haven't global hunted yet. I'm gonna pick one more spot.
Terry, I think we did good as far as picking the weight of the leather as well too, because that's ideal. I wouldn't want it thicker than that. Richard, cargo shorts. I figured you just wore pants because I thought shorts would be the same length for you. Cliff, that's fair, but I guess you got to have something worth stealing. Brando, I used to be that way, but I'm to the point where I rarely ever have any on me.
See, that's what my squirrel brain won't let me get past. How's that match?
That's pretty.
I've got two more that are individually packaged in here. And I need to write spreadsheet. When I see the box sitting upside down, I know what the fuck it is. Now I got it properly marked. Sorry about that, guys.
Terry, which ones you going to put up?
Are they on his Instagram?
No, I'm sure he'll put them up on the website probably, but he said he was going to put up some prototypes for sale the next day or so.
Let me pull it up here. It's double wide, right?
Double wide EDC.
Yeah.
I think if you put two Richards in a trench coat, it would look like Maddie walking into a movie theater. I'm just kidding. I don't know how tall Richard is. I just know he's a shorter statured gentleman.
He's average size like me, fuckface. Don't say short.
I said shorter statured.
Average.
You're not average.
I'm above average, but Richard's average.
You're above average if you were from another continent.
That's true. That's true. But we are comfortable on airplanes.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
And as it proved in Atlanta, in Ubers of all sizes.
And but the downside is, though, you can't ride all the rides at the amusement park.
That's true. That's true. That's always been a big drawback for us average folks.
But a positive is you can save money by shopping in the kids section.
That's true. Husky boys are always there for me.
So you got pluses and minuses. That sounded horrible, John. Someone do not clip that.
Right. Husky boys?
Well, yeah, but you finished the way you finished it.
Oh. No clippy, no clippy. No, but so yeah, Kyle, hopefully I'll be working in the next few days a little bit. It'll be interesting.
That's cool.
Well, just to get back in the frame of, doing something, I think might be cool. So we'll play that by ear. Got some little trial things to do with them.
Solid guess, Luke.
Getting short every day. Richard, I would have given you at least 2 inches on that.
Okay, Richard. I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, everyone goes wider and downward as they age, so that makes sense.
Yeah, gravity just pulls on you.
Yep.
Just pulls on you.
I think at one point my dad was 6'5", and when he passed, I think he was down to like 6'2", maybe.
Did he have disc removed, or was it just from slumping over and
Just
then sucking together?
just years of gravity.
Yeah. Yeah, gravity's a real deal, man.
Knife nut. If you did, send it to me.
I don't even remember what it was. Come think about it. Have you talked to Shane today?
I have not. I haven't talked to him much in the last 3 or 4 days.
I hadn't either.
I just sent a message asking where he's been, whatever, and he said he's been resting,
Good.
about his ankle or whatever. So he's just trying to let that heal up.
Yeah, I sent him a link. I figure he's still discussing it with me now that I'm trying to buy this Chinese knife. He was very apologetic after the fact of that. And I said, dude, don't be. You're spirited. I mean, that's the way you felt. Have I shown you this, Kyle? This little weird tool? And these are made in Canada from looking at their website.
Damn it, Todd. That's great. Here, let me read that.
I can remember my father-in-law telling me about being in an Arkansas football game and being drunk, and this redneck walked up to him at a urinal, and he said he couldn't help but just stare at it because it was so big. And he said, the guy said, "You looking at something, boy?" He's like, "No, I just don't got enough blood in my body to get that thing hard." You know, a little scalpel, man?
That kind of coincides with,
Circumcisions.
well, that, but also the old joke of how do you circumcise a redneck?
I don't want to know.
Kick a sister in the jaw.
Oh, that's good, man. I don't care who you are. I can take that as a redneck and laugh at it. I'm happy to report my candle is burning very, very evenly. I'm trying to let it get to where it puddles up. See that?
Damn, Jesse, you rolling on 20s? You're sitting high, bud.
Hey, 20s are the only way to fly. So I'll keep y'all posted on how that thing burns. It may catch my phone on fire here in a second. But I'm liking this little multi-tool. I need to get a skateboard over here and see if I can remove some trucks with that bolt remover. It looks like it would work. The way it's got jimping on it. I just don't have a lot of nuts and bolts sitting around. I got any. No, did you see my dodo from earlier, Kyle?
No, that's cool.
This Kaiser.
Oh, other dodo. Never mind. I should have known by the ring.
Yeah, this dodo. I don't have anything. I'm trying to think. I've got I did a review this afternoon. Not many people have seen it yet, but it's on that battery jumper that Richard got me that I'd come in. Actually, he used it to jump off my car. It's a little thing he got on Amazon. He told me he got it on Amazon. I walked in the house and ordered it. He didn't think I was going to. And he came in about 5 minutes later and said, hey, did you order that yet? And I said, as a matter of fact, I did. He said, cancel your order. Carl and I already got it for you. And I thought it was really nice, but it's this little charger, dude. It's like this big. And it's got a flashlight. It'll charge your phone. It'll charge any of your devices. But it's got these jump plugs that you plug into it. It's got a little black and red jumper box. Dude, that thing jumps your car like a champ. Like a freaking champ. And it was like $56. It's the best $56 I've spent.
Nice.
I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm gonna y'all can watch my video if you want to. But I thought it was EDC gear because I use it. Here it is, right here. Let me grab it. Hold on one sec.
Now, if only we can get him to EDC a car door for that car to jump. Thanks, Knife Nut. I'll check that out. Actually, you know what? He's not here. I'll play it. Give me 1 second. I'll share it. No, that one. All right. So you guys can see that. Let me make myself larger. And, let's see if we can get this to play. But a positive is you can save money by shopping in the kids section.
That's true. Husky boys are always there for me.
So you got pluses. Did you guys hear that okay? Husky Nick Water.
You there?
I'm here, bud.
How'd our channel get all wicked up?
I'm not sure.
I do like this. Hold on. Where'd you go?
I'm here.
Where are you? There you are. All right. So this thing right here is the NextPal. So a NextPal looks like your regular brick. It's kind of soft rubber coated. 2000A is plenty for V6. They make them in bigger. Got a little light on the end. It's got a couple of USB A. It's got a DC out and where you charge it. But where it shines.
What's up, Ken?
Check this out.
Luke, you're Uncle Rico?
So I'm pull out this little tab here. And then you've got your charger. You just hook this up to your battery. And dude, it is amazing how well it works.
What barbell do you hook up the negative and the positive to?
What's that?
So which one of your barbells do you hook up the negative to the positive to?
One of each. The black goes to the black and the red goes to the red.
I know, but left or right?
What do you mean left or right? I don't go left or right. I go black or red.
Oh,
Is
you
that a trick question?
you have the barbells color coordinated?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Dude, what year model car you think I've got with outdoors?
I wasn't talking about cars.
No, it's color coded. It's plus and minus. So plus is red and minus is black. And they've all got the plus and minus on them. But dude, I mean, they sell these for cheaper. I mean, you can buy them I just went with what I knew would work, and Richard hooked me up with it. This is the one I'd ordered because it's one that got me out of the only little negative I've got about it, the zipper sucks. But check this out. If any of y'all are looking for that, we used to have, when I was in the car business, those batteries on rolling wheels that you had to use, jumper boxes. So yeah, it's on sale. Normally $99, 2000A, up to a 7-liter gas or 6.5-liter diesel. It's perfect for my V6. And if you need a bigger one, NextPal has bigger ones. Well, let's do this. Let's go to their NextPal store. So they've got all kinds of chargers.
That sounds like the name brand of that sounds like something T-Move
4000As. Yeah, but they've got really good reviews. And Richard and
I just was making a joke on the name.
oh yeah. I think NextPal and Temu and Peachy, even though it's Canadian. I mean, I think there's a lot in a brand. I didn't realize Temu had a U.S. warehouse now. I guess they always have. Did you know that?
No.
It's your Temu shit. If you order shit from Temu, it's coming. It's coming from the U.S. warehouse. Not that that makes it any better. Got a little possum fucking around on my porch. No food out there. So, you got just stuff you're trying to get done project wise?
Yeah, I'm trying to finish up this photography session project that I've been working on. And then hopefully I've got a box in the route. I'm waiting to see if it was actually shipped or not. That'll have some work for me. Otherwise, I'll be freed up and then just trying to finish up this couple little project knives. That one I showed earlier, that poker that I might give away.
That'll be very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, dude, batteries are expensive. I was surprised because I went expecting to buy a new battery and mine had just drained and it hadn't gotten recharged. But I went down to AutoZone, which is the one closest to me, and they came out and tested my battery and they said, your battery's fine. I mean, they could have easily sold me a battery, made me feel that they were pretty, legit. And I guess they also knew that if I came back after buying a battery, I'd be pissed. But the Kaiser clutch locks are solid. I give the original just 2 thumbs up because it's available in so many different price points. The aluminum 14C, and they even make this in a sheep's foot. Let me find the sheep's foot because I found it really cool. Go Kaiser original 2. Whoops. Two. All right. Share this with you. Share screen. So here's the D2. All right, I got to let a cat in. Y'all hold tight for 1 sec. right there. Sorry about that. I had to do some cat wrangling. I apologize. Little man had come back in from his gollyvanting. So anyway, they've got this one right here that I think is a very, very cool blade. That sheep's foot is a winner. And they got a Halloween one. Kind of a So the original 2 is available in a lot of different finishes. And I think it's a solid knife. I've not had to adjust it. It came adjusted to its tightest position on the springs. And I think it's great. Great little knife. Got the size of a Benchmade, and it's got this jimping up front that just lets you know that this choil is made for your finger. It's got 2-stage jimping on the blade here and here. And it is very slicey. And the flat ground I think it's even slicier.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
That's all right, dude. I had to go let the cats in. I abandoned everybody.
My dog was barking. He wanted to go outside, so I did that and got a drink. What I miss? Luke.
I was gone too, so.
Just for customers.
Oh, shit.
And if you wanted a link for that, you'd have to hit me up.
All right, we got a major problem.
What's your problem?
I got wax spilled all over me. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Javon's getting turned on. Palmer. Not off the top of my head, but if I had to guess, it's probably in that 58 to 60 range. Actually, hang on one second. Let me. I might have a link for that.
What a mess.
All right, Palmer. It looks like their 20 CV was running at 59.3, and it's advertised to be between 59 and 61. So that's per Brian.
Which ones are you looking at?
He was asking about Benchmade's M390.
I wonder what their S90V's running at, because that's the one I reviewed. That bailout, they do it in both the M390 and they do one in the S90V. I'm sure it says on there.
He doesn't have one tested under S90V. He has one in 3V, S30, 154 D2 or CPM D2 and 20 CP.
They just dropped the bailout. in the S90V. I thought it was really cool. I like the bailout, always did, more than the bug out and the way it looked. I just always heard horror stories about the steel on the older versions. Dude,
Yeah.
I just laid that can top on top of where that wax had started building up, and I guess pressure built up in there. And when I opened it, that shit just spewed. I got waxified. But I'll tell you what, it smells good, man.
That's good.
Now I smell like I've got bourbon. What did I say it was? Bourbon caramel or bourbon butterscotch on my skin, making me feel like a real man from the Valley of Men.
Say, I don't like either one of those, so that does not sound appealing.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem like it would be appealing. What it sounds like it would be horrible as is a vape flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Is the first bailouts were super mushy.
No, I mean they were under, but not crazy. It was at the one that Brian tested in 3V was at 60.4, and you're trying to get it between 61 and 62. So I mean, it's not the worst by any means.
This is the one that just came out that I reviewed, but I didn't cut test with it or anything because it wasn't my knife. But what's weird is this one matches the colorway. This one just came out too of the Benchmade bug out. This got that fancy, I don't know what it is, S90V, but they did this one in M390 and this one in S90V. They both just came out. And they don't even give a approximate HRC, do they?
If I had to guess, I'll probably do 59 to 61.
You think people still do it under 60?
Yeah. Most places do.
I thought they'd kind of gotten away from that because people had gotten so up in arms about it. It was at least because wasn't 61 that the little Rockwell was that caught so much grief for being?
So a lot of people claim that 61 is ideal, and it's not. 61 is decent. It's decent for production, but it's not ideal. S90 you want at 63 to 64, or even up to 65, but a lot of people won't run it there. But getting it at 58 to 60, which is what a lot of overseas manufacturers were running it at, is not good.
All right. Can y'all still see that? Why did it jump me out here?
Todd, yeah,
There it is.
you learn.
So 390 for the M390, and that's just because of the color-coded blade.
So to me, the thing I don't see the value in that is the scale material
The carbon fiber?
for the price. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's nice, but I mean if that was tie or another more expensive material, I can see value at that price point, but not with that. I mean, okay, so put it this way, if that's roughly the same price as that one that you've got in your hand or had there, right?
The MagnaCut? The China knife?
Yes.
Yes, same price.
In intrinsic value, I still think the Benchmade's a better value, and if it was titanium, there'd be no comparison.
See, I like the Benchmade, but holding both, I don't think there's even a comparison. You were right though. 59 to 61 is what they put on their page here.
Yep.
And their M390 is, the reason I say that, Kyle, is holding and using them both.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm talking about what you're getting for your money. I'm not saying that it doesn't necessarily feel like a better knife. I'm just talking about what you're getting for your dollar. That's all.
M390. Now, M390 is heat treated a totally different thing, right?
It's in the range. It's a little bit. You run a little bit softer than S90. Or 62 to 63 is ideal.
Let's see what they do. There's that.
I'm sure it's 58 to 60.
And Zach must have something to do with Benchmade, because the day that those slip joints were coming out, he had them both reviewed. And he had this one, 58 to 61. So they used the same number dump as they did from
I dropped it to 58 instead of 59. But
oh,
yeah.
was it 59?
Yeah, so I mean it's still going to be on the softer side of.
Palmer, I just love my bug out. I've got an S30V and I've got a 20CV Blade HQ bug out. I think the bailout, in my opinion, is a better feeling knife. I think it's a cooler looking knife. It's thin, if I'm not mistaken. Am I, Kyle? As the
What's
bug
that?
out, the bailout.
Unless I had side by side, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I don't have a lot of. I've never owned one, so I don't have a lot of hands on as far as without having side by side.
Gotcha.
I gotta find, where did that go?
Night, Richard.
That's gonna piss me off.
I can't believe you're going to bed this early, buddy, but y'all sleep well until the missus. I said, howdy. Hope y'all got good Starlink. I'm not talking to you, Puck.
Do what?
I said, I'm not talking to Puck. Puck's getting ready to start bargaining with me to go outside. You're going to see him come bite at me. And I don't have my squirty water here.
Instagram's taking forever to load.
Yeah, it was slow for me too.
Just trying to pull up a message and now it's just.
It's just spinning.
Yeah.
Mine pulled up. Let's see if.
I was trying to find the name of this knife and I can't find it. So I was going back to my messages, trying to search my messages to. And we'll pull up. I know another way I can find it.
Check this out. That's Puck.
Oh, nice. What's happening, Buck?
Hey, Puck. He's a biter. Look at the camera.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay, cool. Let me pull something up here.
Uh-oh.
You haven't seen Tori Casey, have you?
No, not tonight. The Crooked River does look nice. Drink water. So I have to do that, and then I have to do That makes sense. Add a stage. Add a stage. Boy.
Let me pull something up here to show you when we're talking about value propositions. I know I showed this before, but I just want to show this one specifically. So, can you see that okay?
I can. Vulcanized?
Yeah. So, this one right here is in Damascene steel, titanium frame lock, or titanium liners, carbon overscales, tie backspacer, etched tie liners, Damascene steel. That is
425.
4 inches long.
Damn. Is it 425?
4 inches long, 62 HRC Damascene steel, 9.5 inches overall with only 4.7 ounces. It's $425, American made. Custom.
Now, where'd they come from? Go back up to the picture of it. Never heard of them before.
And comparing that to what we just looked at from a production company, either or,
Yes.
USA made or
Imported.
imported, that both are in that same price, within $20 of that price point. And if we're talking about cost, this costs much more to make because the steels cost more. The liners it's got more time in it, and then you got scales on top of that too. So, and it's hand ground and it's custom made. So,
yeah, there's no question looking at that to me. And I get it that there's no question when you look at the value prop. It's just Benchmades. I'm going to have to learn a lot more about Benchmades. I'm going to have an opportunity to do so.
Matt, do you want to see the other one? Hang on, let me get to it real quick. Yeah, so there's these little guys. You'll like these, John. This just came out. There's that guy, little chody guy. He's only 2.7 inch long blade. It's in 154, but he's only asking 265 for it.
Where are these made?
In the PNW, Pacific Northwest.
Holy shit.
And there's this guy, the Tanto Matt was talking about. So that one, same thing. That one's MagnaCut, 2.6 inch blade, 255. Purple and black carbon fiber scales, purple tie liners, and tied clip. Anti backspacer too.
I mean, that's a very nice knife. I hope he's.
The reason why I ask about Tory Casey is because he's always looking for left-handed ones, and this is a left-handed button lock. It's kind
Is
of
the button lock? Is that what the other ones were too? Or were they?
No. The other ones are crossbar locks. See,
dude.
But these crossbar locks, I've held a look, and the crossbar locks on those actually have some snap to them. They feel like closer to a D10. They're not the same, but they feel closer to.
Vulcan Forge, right? Or they're not Vulcan Forge.
Vulcan knives.
I'm trying to find them on Instagram. Are they on Instagram?
Yeah. The dude's super cool. I've talked to him, Mark. Yeah, that one's kind of cool looking. It's different. I don't really care for it personally, but some people like it. But that's the same thing. That's acid wash MagnaCut 350. It's a 3.5 inch blade.
Yeah, that's hard to. I mean.
Then you got something like that. I don't care for it to lightning cut in there, but I think the blade shape's cool. And that is 3.5 inch blade MagnaCut, 275. That one's been sitting around for a little bit. That's why he dropped the price on that.
I like the shape of the blade.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal knife.
Would you call that a Tanto?
Not.
I mean, you have to treat it like a Tanto, or is it compound ground?
It doesn't matter if it's compound or not, but I can't tell if that's quite enough of a point, or it's more like a Spanto, where it's still a little bit right there. It's still kind of rounded. It's not quite to a point. Yeah, and then they got these little guys. I think I should go do this before.
Those are sweet.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up, Todd.
6.8 overall on that one. Magna Cut, $200.
Dang.
That guy's cool. I like that one a lot. That one, same length, 6.8.
Oh, very interesting.
What's that?
Something Todd Carr shared. I'm going to share whenever you're done showing those off.
Done, I'll shop.
No, those are cool. Keep showing those. We're in no rush. Doggone it.
What's up, Tyler?
So check this out. Check this axe out. The Provoke Morphing Axe.
Did I see that right? That $350 from CRK?
Yeah.
E.
But look at it.
I see it.
Look how the I don't know how that would work, but it looks like it folds up. See that?
I agree. I just don't know. Todd, I'm sure you probably looked at it more, but how is that durable? That locking system going to be enough for an axe?
Release the ambidextrous safety. Once it loads, we'll let it play again. There you go. All right. When it starts playing, it should play because the whole freaking thing should be downloaded, but it's not. Daddy, why is everything got to be so hard? All right. What's this one? This is more of a product placement. Let's see somebody whack something with it. Oh man, the spinning wheel of death. All right. Can't handle the lag, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Now, 350, a little high, but it could be. What was it made out of? The Provoke. Not that it matters on an axe. It's made out of Joe Caswell designed it. It is made out of SUJ2 with titanium nitride finish. What is SUJ2 steel? Kyle?
I'm not familiar with it. Todd said something earlier. He said something basically like 52-100. It's a carbon steel, basic carbon steel.
Oh, did she, Gabe? Melissa Backwoods tore up a ballistic dummy with one. I'd like to go ham on a ballistic dummy with something. Basic carbon spring steel. Which is what you want, I guess, for something like that.
I guess I got to charge $350 for it, so paying her for reviews.
Well, and I think there's price for innovation. You know, that's one of the things that Mihai said was a cost driver in the Titan research and development for 3 years. Granted, yes, they didn't just collect all that at once, or they did collect it at once. They didn't pay it at once. But I can understand that a little bit.
You don't have research and development when you're a small company like that.
But you kind of do.
That's your overall business cost. That's just associated with being innovative. That has nothing. You don't have a separate line item for R&D.
Right. You don't know how they've got it set up. They might have one. You could throw one in there.
That would make zero sense as a business model.
Well, if you've got models that you're selling, like that you can't keep in stock, you can keep making those, right? Instead of trying to do something new. That's the cost of R&D, is not putting out something because you're making something. I don't know. I would think that there's got to be some legitimate cost of not releasing something to the public because you're going through prototypes. I think they said they went through 3 versions of prototypes on this.
Yeah, you can have costs associated with that, but that, I mean, technically, if you wanted to write that off, but you're going to do prototypes of every knife you make, so that it's not like there's something special. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, Palmer, that's crazy. I saw that too. I'm trying to think who that was from Dubai.
Are you serious? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if they market it that way, there's enough idiots that will buy it thinking that, especially
in Dubai.
Well, I don't know their laws. I'm not sure what they
can even sell a knife over there.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. Tyler, who are you talking about for the Kydex?
This one will cut your head off. Hold on for 1 sec.
I'm curious who the OEM on that is. I'll tell you who makes kind of a like sneaky, makes good small tools like that would be Fiskars. They make some decent shears and some good little hatchets and that kind of stuff. Yeah, Palmer, I'm not sure how that the import on export on that would work, because I'm not sure what their laws are that can even pass through. That'd be curious though. Oh wow, then yeah, you definitely need to figure out the name of that one and put him on blast then, Palmer.
Sorry about that, man. I smell like butterscotch and bourbon like you would not believe, dog. I mean, that candle is waxy.
Tyler, I can't attest to his fixies. I never held one. I just know that his folders are phenomenal for the money.
Who's that?
We're talking about the Vulcan.
I just opened my little thing. I couldn't figure out how to open that.
Tyler, he's using, if you look at it, he's using the handle, the actual where the ricasso is, to click in. That's his mold. Is the retention is the mold of the actual handle. It's not on a blade. He's taking it deeper in. Here, let me share that. All right. So that one's pretty clear. Let me zoom in. There you go. That picture right there. See how he's using
back of the ricasso?
Yeah, the form of the handle going into it. That is his retention point, because there's the flare, and then there's his actual insertion point, and that's where it stops. So there's another. There you can see it. Both that point. That's his retention point. So
I'll tell you what, very good knife company nails their retention points. There are a lot of companies that do. But Very Good does great. Mrs. Very Good was in here earlier.
Tyler, I don't know, buddy. It might not be. I'm just going off of what I can see. But I'm not a sheath maker. I mean, I've held a lot, but I'm not a sheath maker, so I don't know. But hell, for the price that he's selling his knives for, that's not. I mean, you can get an aftermarket sheath and be. No, I know you're not, Tyler. That's why I'm just explaining what I'm seeing. I don't know what his philosophy behind it is, or if it's better or worse than others. But you could also do an aftermarket sheath too for that price point. But I just think he makes cool stuff, and I like the fact that he's based here and he's actually caring about heat treats and putting out good grinds, and he's the only downside. He's very artistic, which is cool. I don't like a lot of some of the designs he does as far as what he puts on the blades. And I actually tried to order a knife from him, but he doesn't take custom orders. He only does, he puts out what he can put out when he can and puts them up on his website. So he doesn't take specific, requests or whatever. But
Todd, that thing's got 4.8 out of 5 stars with 22,000 reviews on Amazon. I'd say it's a pretty well proven little hatchet. The one Todd's talking about, have you seen it, Todd or Kyle?
Yeah, I brought up Fiskars a little bit ago. Yeah. They make good stuff for the money. Can't remember, Todd, who
Can you
owns
show a very good sheath so I can look at it? Absolutely, Yako. Let's let me see if it'd be better to see one on a video.
Fiskars is part of another conglomerate, but I can't remember who owns them now.
Who's that?
Gerber. Okay.
Who do you think might be on?
Fiskars. I know Fiskars was part of a larger corporation. They own like 3 or 4 different brands under that umbrella.
Look at Javon with the long ad break. All right. What's the deal with the ad? Am I missing the skip? There it is. So Yako,
with a burgundy micarta handle, and we're just going to look at it and talk about it. Comes with the bill, which I won't dox my buddy. Comes with the very good knife company business card. I've reviewed on the channel, and you can search.
Looks like it's right there behind the handle, but we'll look when he pulls it out. This is a collab.
Maybe I'll.
I love the way he does his thumb ramps too. Just with his thumb.
Palmer, I just replied to you, buddy.
The way he places his grommets is excellent because you can use almost any kind of clip. That does make a difference. So, clips in right there.
Yeah.
Is my mouse moving over there?
Yeah. I would say, honestly, that's one of the bigger things. The second biggest thing besides retention, Tyler, to me, would be making sure your hole placement is standardized so that way you can use different clips for it.
Yes. Yes, very important. I agree with that. And the closer together, let's see if this shows sheaths. I think it would.
Todd, that is funny. Because I mean, I know, like, growing up, like, Fiskars shears were like what all the women in my family, like the seamstresses, that's what they wanted, was like,
Yeah, Fiskars were
like you got your ass slapped if you try to use one of those like on something that wasn't meant for material.
fabric. Yeah. Auntie didn't like that.
Yeah.
I'm getting to this adventure flat grind, Mad Yako. Thought I was. Oh, and doesn't show a sheath. That's kind of a fail.
Tyler, what are you using to close your press with? You might have to use a stronger ratchet clamp or something that puts more pressure, or a harder foam.
I'll tell you, the guy at Carry Development, whose sheath I'm carrying in my back pocket right now, he bought this off of Amazon, and he uses a
Okay.
t-shirt press to heat up his Kydex before he puts it on here. This one
Yeah.
right here.
So Tyler, those quick clamps probably are putting 200 to 300 pounds pressure. If you did something like a ratchet strap, or you did something like a pipe clamp, you're going to get upwards of 2 to 3 times the pressure on that. So you could pick those up and do that. And then if that's not working still, I'd maybe try going to a little bit denser foam.
Yeah, Amazon's got several different ones. But he said the trick for him, and very good knife company uses just a little like range. He heats his Kydex in. The Tim at Carry Development swore by one of these machines, and that press is all he used for his Kydex.
Yeah, Tyler,
Don't ask me how.
Tyler, let me type something in the chat for you, and then you can Google it and look it up on YouTube, because I think it would help you. Well, I can just say it. I don't need to type in there. If you look up woodworking, look up what a call is. That will, you can shimmy one of those together yourself out of the clamps you have, or getting a little bit stronger of a clamp, and that will help create even pressure over the width of that press, and potentially give you a little more pressure. And you could use something as a hardwood or even a metal, but using a caul, C-A-U-L, would be ideal for something that width, and getting one that has more clamping pressure than a quick clamp. Quick clamps are great for getting.
Would it be a call plate or a call shiver?
It'd be just call. I mean, it's like even an F clamp like this puts more pressure on it than a quick clamp. But then you could go up to something like a pipe clamp, which you can get at your local big box store. You could do a anything along those lines. The click clamps are great for being handy, but they just don't put enough pressure down.
That's not a call that you're talking about, is it?
Okay, so a call, what it basically is it's a piece of material. So like if I'm trying to clamp this down right here, okay, and I got something inside this is my press. What a call is something you would rest over top of the width of it this way, and then clamp that down to your table. So it's putting pressure.
Weight.
It puts pressure all the way across that point.
I got you.
And gives you more leverage. And you can put several of those across there and get better pressure points. It's what they use for doing like big glue ups. Like if you're doing like a huge table and you got a wide table, and you want to make sure that they're staying flat all the way across. A call is what you're looking for. And like I said, you can do that yourself out of materials. You can put clamps on each end and do like maybe 3 across there, and do that of like start with a 2x4. And if it's not enough pressure, then you could go get a thin piece of steel from scrap or whatever else, and just put it across there, and putting enough pressure down. That way you have a clamp on each side at multiple spots down the length of that, and that'll give you a lot more pressure. Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, you don't have to go buy a fancy, Tyler, a call. I mean, you just make it yourself out of whatever you can do, but getting a clamp that will give you more pressure, I think, is going to be your first step.
That or build a press with a hydraulic jack out of some wood. I guess that would work too. That's how you do skateboards.
That's an option as well, potentially.
You pressing some skateboards, yo. Squeezing glue out of boards.
Yep.
I never did do that. That's something I was working towards. But to get forms built, that can be pretty expensive if you're not building them yourself.
Yeah, so that's what people don't realize. Like if you're using like a big C clamps or panel clamp or pipe clamp, those things are putting down 800-900 pounds of pressure. And if you're using 6 or 7, 8 of those per panel that you're gluing up, you've got a ton of pressure there, so it's easy for it to maintain its rigidity and while it's drying.
Gotcha. Mad Yakko's going to definitely make a call.
Yeah, and what I would do, I wouldn't do just one, Tyler. Do minimum of 2. That way you're evening the pressure out across the width of your form. And then if you need to add more later, add more later.
So how's everybody holding up? How you holding up, Kyle? I'm getting kind of hungry.
The other option,
Throw it out there.
I would say, would be, depending upon, I don't know how thick your material you're using is, but if you took the hinges off of your press and were just using the clamps and the call system wide enough to do it, you could go get something like this. It's that really dense, hard foam. It's like a yoga block, but it's really, really firm. Put one on each side of there, put it in between there, and use it with your clamps on that. And this is going to be much tougher than the normal foam that you get from those kits, basically, that come with it.
Where do you get something like that? Just like literally an aerobic block you would get in the sporting goods section?
You just look for extra dense or extra hard, firm yoga block, and you can get these on Amazon, Walmart, wherever else. I cut them up and I use them for different things. I use it for a wedge for my appendix rig. I cut plain these and I put it in for vice jaws, basically. So, because I got a metal vice, so if I'm putting something there, I don't want it to get really, really damaged. So
you put that in there to
I'm using this as soft vices, basically. Yeah, you can. There are all kinds of good reasons to have those things, but they're inexpensive.
Palmer sent you the video.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. Sorry, I'm just giving you ideas if you have to progress to the next step if it's not working for you. Giving you ideas for it, but
hey, you can't have too many ideas. I guess you can if you're me.
Palmer, I probably should do that, but I don't.
I wish I had a way to melt some of that caramel apple. Kyle, you got anything cool? Here we go.
Sorry, I was reading a comment. That's ridiculous, Palmer.
Very interesting, Ron. I did not know that. I think I've seen them though. Are those things that are they can be 2 pieces of wood screwed together or bolts clamped together?
Yeah, and you're just ratcheting it down. You're basically trying to even the pressure out across the width of your form.
Gotcha.
Palmer, before I make any public comment on that, I'll need to watch it. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. And if that ends up being that way, then I'll definitely put that on blast because that's bullshit.
Yeah, definitely. Keep him telling the truth, Kyle. Be a truth watcher. Well, guys, I'm gonna get something to eat. Kyle, you got anything to share before I do?
Oh, nope, sorry, man. I'll
No, you keep going, dude. I can wait. I just watched the cats eat, and I'm kind of getting hungry. I've got a big ass bag of those Voodoo chips. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to think who makes them. They're called Voodoo.
Only thing I got to say, last thing is, if you need some good leather, hit up Terry. Makes amazing wallets for the price point, and he does
31 Leatherworks and amazing sheaths.
He does have some of this green left, so if you like that deep forest green, hit him up. Still has a little of that left. I ordered the sheet of this to make these, and he's got some left. He can still make that color if you want that color. So
those are awesome. And guys, I can't even do a fancy outro because my screen's all jacked up, but I can hit you with this. Let's see which one I like best.
Play.
All right. Love you guys. Kyle, have a great night, brother.
Later.
Later.